We are live. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I'm impressed we are only 15 minutes late. I'm very impressed with us.
I'm what's usually we're like what 40 minutes to an hour late.
Yeah, well, and then also we have to just start just by talking
Oh
because
yeah.
I can't get you to be like, "Hey, we're about to go live," and then you just keep talking. I'm like, "Okay, we're just going to start it in the middle of her talking." So yeah,
Yeah, no, I can't stop talking. We know that. The
it's
third time's
great.
the charm. Third
I
time's
love
the
it.
charm.
Well, welcome everyone. We are doing our reading wrap up. If you do not know, we had so much in common that we wanted to read on our TBR that we decided to read it together in a span of 24 hours. We actually came up with 16 volumes. Granted, the whole point was to, hey, Dothpen, how are you?
Hi.
The whole entire point was to read it. So we figured that even the ones that we didn't finish in that 24 hours, we just we definitely read for 24 hours, but it was a little bit longer than the 24-hour span because life happened, work happened. But we pretty much got everything done except for one series, which is one volume for her because it's an omnibus, and two
Yeah.
volumes for me. But that was kind of our if we get to it. So we
That was
didn't count
that
it.
was when we were being cocky.
Yeah, that's when we were being cocky, and of course we're going to go over everything, and I'm going to actually tell you how much I actually read in the 24 hours. But yeah, did you want to say anything before we start?
Um I guess I want to say is for my first readathon, I had a lot of fun. I definitely want to look into doing this again. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll be a little less cocky or a little bit more focused because maybe I can have work not do crazy things.
yeah, yeah. Like kind of like what I wanted to say was I wanted to get sleep before the readathon and then go into it refresh and everything. But then I ended up so much stuff happened. I ended up staying up for 24 hours. Like didn't sleep for 24 hours before the readathon, and then I got like 4 hours of sleep, and then I was just dead the whole entire day. And then so much stuff happened at work during that day, like just so much happened during that day.
Oh yeah, no. I was like, okay, I'm going to get up in the morning and then I'm going to go for that hardcore 24 hours. I
Mm,
plan on it.
yeah,
And then, right, I think it was in the middle of my second manga I started, was
yeah.
when stuff at work happened and I got pulled away for like
Hmm.
several on and off for hours. Which, back to that thing, everything's fixed now, all done,
Good.
shenanigan over. It
Yeah.
just took a week.
Hey, Hawk. But yeah, definitely next time I want to be a little bit more prepared. I thought literally all I had was a work meeting that day, and I thought that was going to go for like an hour. Nope, didn't go for an hour. Went for like maybe 3 hours.
Good
Um,
lord.
so, to be honest, I finished 7 volumes in 24 hours. So, in
I
a
think I did
way,
that too. I
yeah,
think it was
yeah.
seven.
So that's kind of our I know that I could have probably read more if I actually slept the day before, of course, and then if I didn't have a 3 hour long walk meeting and then just everything else going on. But in a way, I kind of glad that we challenged ourselves so much because even though we didn't finish it in the 24-hour span, we actually read it though, and I don't feel like we would have read it as soon, or we wouldn't have felt as motivated to read it. So in a way, it accomplished what we set out to do. You know?
So it was a good thing we flew too close to the sun. Got you.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe not 16. Maybe like 12.
Maybe
I
like 12.
yeah. Well, I finished like one per hour, so maybe give ourselves 2 hours per volume.
If I actually do the proper 24 hours without like going to sleep or worrying about work, I think I could do 12 too.
Yeah, yeah. 12.
Like
Yeah.
one day, no distractions, sat for like 4 hours. I read 5 manga. So
Yeah, like I was the same way.
no distracting, I was fine.
Yeah, like I was the same way. Like there was a time where I read so much all at once. And it was like right after I took a little nap too, and I woke up and I was like, "Oh, I feel so much better."
Yeah.
And I made myself some snacks, I took a nap, and then I just read. And it was awesome. But that was the only time that I actually felt alive during that whole entire readathon.
Of course, we're doing a readathon. You also have like a baby live streamer right here. Never done the live stream, never did a readathon. So now you have to deal with this shenanigan.
Yeah, but I feel like
That's
you.
added onto it.
I feel like you're just so much more bubbly and energetic than I am. So like, I appreciate you coming along on this journey with me, for sure.
Well, I'm excited, and the best part is we get to discuss it. You know, with the manga, there's a lot of manga we read.
Yeah.
But some people don't read the same manga as us, or they're not going through as manga as fast. So it's always good that we can actually talk, and especially coming in here, there's people who come in and out here and leave comments that are interested in talking with us too. So
yeah,
that's a lot of fun. I like that. I like talking.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, and like I said, I want to start that bi-monthly chat for us, but still got to set that up. So that's going to be, let's plan for next month to do a live stream for that, but I still need to come up with a name and everything. So I'll get with you on that. But yeah, so did you want to do kind of start talking about our first read? The one that we kind of agreed that we're just going to kind of read first. Do you remember which one that was?
Was it the puppy one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then yeah, I know.
So yeah, we had all the same, but like we could have read them anytime, but like for some odd reason we were just like, yeah, let's just start off with this one since it's like a one shot.
One shot, and it looked real cute. So easy start.
Yeah, I do apologize if you're not into BL. Most of these are BL, so sorry about that. I'm still laughing that like, you know, last live stream when we were talking about Berserk, we had like so many people watching. But then as soon as I mentioned like a guy being hot or BL, it like dropped from like, maybe not so much, but like for me so much. 8 people were watching, which is insane. And then 8 people watched for like the whole entire time we talked about Berserk. And then it went from 8 people to 5 people as soon as I said this guy was hot.
It was pretty funny. It was like we're talking about Guts and Berserk and the whole lore of it, and then it's like, now back to this romance gay manga gone.
And then like we lost like half of our audience.
I would say,
which is fine. Like if you're not into it, that's fine. But it was just really funny. Like yeah, it was.
Technically, we have 3 boy love manga, but BL Metamorphosis is actually kind of different.
Yeah, it's more about a hobby.
Yeah.
Granted, the hobby is boys love, but it's not.
It's not as detailed as like other boy, and the boy loves we've read are more like cutesy. It's not the graphic what people picture when they see boy love, like Titan's Bride and stuff.
Definitely, yeah, which I still need to read volume 2 to that. Speaking of which, but
oh good lord,
have you not read it yet? Have you not read volume 2?
Oh, I read Titan's Bride a long time ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, back online before it was a book. Like, when I didn't realize they were brave enough to make it into a book.
I didn't
think stalking into a book, so I'm not surprised anymore.
I didn't think I was going to like it, to be honest with you, because I didn't like the cover, and I loved it. It was so good, and not even for the sex, just the story was so fun. It was so fun.
Definitely a different way how they set up the cultures and everything.
Yeah,
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, it was just so interesting, like the world building in it, and it was more like kind of like a fantasy, and I loved it. I was just like, "What, a fantasy BL? Okay, I'm here for it."
But back to our actual read before we go on the dangerous rabbit hole of Titan's Bride, because that could go on for hours, honestly.
I'm gonna hit you up after the stream. But yeah, so anyway, did you want to like ask like a question about each like one that we read? Is that what you wanted to do?
I'm gonna ask I got a question ideas for later, but pretty much I know we were going to like marinate on what we thought of it when we first read it and then what we think of it now.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Okay, so this is Puppy Love, and you can probably pronounce Japanese better than me. Who is it by? That's your job.
Oh, that's going to be my job?
Yes.
I fell English. You know that. And then
but you're a teacher.
It's going to be the same too.
You're a teacher.
I'm going to say the last name, Haru. It's by Haru.
Okay. So did you actually you go first on this one because you're the one that wanted to read this one.
Okay, so the whole reason I wanted to read this, besides it being a boy love, was one, I love one shots, and two, you never see manga that mentions puppies or actually doing anything with dogs. The last time I really had a manga about dogs was Inuyasha, which, in case y'all don't know that one came out like early 2000s in America, and it had all different types of dogs breeds in it. Very like out of print, hard to get. They never finished translating it in America, so I was bummed I couldn't get any more like dog manga. So when I saw this one actually involved like dogs and stuff, I got excited. Um, I really thought it was a real cute, simple one shot, simple story, not a lot of conflict, short, sweet. I do feel like that ending part we didn't need as much because we discussed like the whole reason like this is rated 16 plus. If they cut that one scene out, this would just be like 13 plus, honestly.
Yeah.
Really, they didn't need that part.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, honestly, this didn't even have to be a BL.
No, it didn't.
It was just like a cute friendship story.
It
and
could have
then-
been that perfect.
Yeah, and then at the end they added like a sex scene.
Yeah.
And I mean, granted, like, I mean, I guess that actually, like, I mean, that could happen. Friends become, you know, like
Yeah, but,
intimate.
like,
But
it was like 3 or 4 pages that just felt like they wanted to throw it in, kind of thing. Like,
yeah, it felt like a forced BL.
yeah. And I
Where
was like,
yeah, I would have been perfectly fine with it just being a cute, fluffy, like kind of supernatural. Like it's like really light on the supernatural, like twist. And if it stayed at that, I would have been perfectly fine. So
yeah. So, a real quick recap of what this story is kind of about. So, there's these two characters. We got one here who is a salary businessman, works too hard, doesn't take care of himself, and he runs into a little pet shop employee, this little character here, when he was looking at the puppies, and they get talking. And that's where it kind of starts off. But it turns out that the pet store employee might know the guy more than the guy actually knows him. And so that's where it gets kind of that little supernatural kind of vibe happening there.
Yeah.
Won't go into too much detail, like we said. There is that little risky scene at the end, but it's
Yeah.
not. Once again, if you took it out, this would be a 13 plus. It could have been just friend manga. It didn't have to be a BL. It's
Yeah.
okay, it's BL. I have no problem.
Yeah.
I just felt like when they threw in that little like sex scene at the end, it was kind of, you know,
Yeah,
when there's too much added to a story and too little added to a story. That was too much. There was no point.
Yeah, because you didn't feel like they were flirting the whole entire time. You just felt like they were friends, really. Like it was
Yeah,
just
it was really cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was okay with them being friends or lovers, but that last part just kind of felt like, in case you didn't know, they're gay.
Yeah.
Kind of throw at you, and I'm like,
yeah. I
didn't need it, but thank you.
Yeah, so star rating. What would you rate it out of 5?
7 or an 8 out of 10.
Okay, I was like out of star
I
rating.
can't do 5. 5 is too hard for me.
Okay, I would give it a 4 out of 5.
I could go with 4 out of 5. It's something I would definitely reread again.
Yes, me too, definitely.
And being a one shot, it's an easy read. It was a fun read. It was a cute read.
So one more kind of like rating. I guess we're just gonna do all 3 ratings on each one for fun because I'm weird like that. So buy, borrow, or burn.
Buy what and burn?
Buy, borrow, or burn.
For me personally, it's a buy.
It's a buy for me too.
But I can see other people being like a borrow for it.
Yeah,
For me, it's a buy.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a buy. Yeah,
I'm a little biased because
the dogs.
the dog. The dogs, and spoiler alert, the dog's name is Cotton Candy, and he is the funniest character. I swear. There's one scene he cracks me up. That glare.
Is it where he's being a cock block?
Yeah, no, it's exactly that one. It is the
So
funniest picture. I'm gonna look for it because I want to show it. That one's funny. But it's going to be awkward because I'm going to be like, there it is. Haha. Let me see if I can do.
Try to cover everything else up.
No. Well, it's not that bad.
Well, no, just for copyright. He's just watching them as they're
It's
trying
just
to
like,
get it
y'all,
on.
stop.
That's so funny. So, which one did you want to talk about next?
Let's see.
Did
We
you
did
want to?
the first one.
Did you want to do the comics next?
We can do the comics next. I
Okay.
actually read the comics, so
Okay, this one I'm really glad that you had because this one's been sitting on my shelves for like ever.
I'm surprised we had these.
Yeah, like this was just so random. I did not think that you would have these, but when you were showing me everything that you needed to read, so we read. The first one was Teen Titans Raven.
Yep.
The next one is
Beast Boy.
Teen Titan Beast Boy, and they all connect, and then they meet up in this one, which is Teen Titan Beast Boy and Raven. And you go first. Just kind of go through each one and just discuss what you thought about them. And
Oh, I go first again?
do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay.
I shove you.
Okay. So honestly, I'm not the biggest superhero person.
Same.
Mainly because, well, one, action is my least favorite. I'm just gonna say that. I like some action's okay, but I like thrillers and dark stuff, and sometimes action is just too. I'm just be honest, like macho for me. But anyways, so I'm not really big into like superhero stuff, but like for some odd reason, but I loved like X-Men. Hey, how are you?
Hi.
But I love like X-Men and stuff like that. So like the teenage drama and stuff. So I decided that I was gonna pick this up, one, because my friend wanted to read it and she just borrows my books. So I kind of did it for her, and I didn't know that there was gonna be more. But I was at Target one day; it was 20% off, so I picked it up.
You
And
don't
then-
want to be like a cell.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was like, well, I have to get the next one. And then I was so in when I found out that they were going to be together. But I just put it off forever reading it. And I don't know why, because I absolutely loved this so much. I gave all 3 volumes, each of them I gave 5 stars. Loved it so much. Like, this is exactly what I like. Like, I love like the dark, like it was dark. There was like witchcraft in it. There was demons. Like, yeah, there was like superheroes too, but like it was all mixed in together. Pretty much, she was I don't know how much I want to like ruin plot, but she was pretty much abandoned, and I don't know the original story at all. She was pretty much abandoned. She has to go live with her. Was it her aunt, right?
It's her aunt in the story.
It's her aunt, and then her aunt's daughter, which is her niece. Or what would that be?
I mean, her daughter. It would be like technically, in a way, they would be cousins.
Cousins. Okay,
Because,
yeah.
How
And
the story begins is like she's forced to live with an aunt because her foster mom doesn't make it, and along with what happened to them is Raven's character gets amnesia. And so we already know Raven's idea. Like a lot of us got the idea of who Raven is, but we never seen Raven be like completely. And like you said, I'm also not big into superheroes. I liked X-Men.
Yeah.
And I like Teen Titans from Cartoon Network before Teen Titans Go. But I liked it because of Raven and Beast Boy, and I did ship them, which is why I was like, hey, I
yeah,
can get into these.
yeah,
Also, the art style was more enjoyable for me as well.
yeah. I really enjoyed the art.
Traditional American comics,
Yeah,
the Marvel traditional comics.
yeah,
Usually I don't enjoy, or DC, because this is actually DC.
yeah.
But the art style is just enjoyable, actually. I had a good time. It was an easy read because this is technically a young adult graphic novel. But it was quite enjoyable. And honestly, I told you, I think in the last Rise stream, I said I'm not going to look into more of these books, but I might have just lied to you there. I'm actually interested after reading the last one, like, because you do meet other Teen Titan characters a little bit. So now it's like, oh, there's going to be more books.
Yeah, there's gonna be more books, which it's going to be about the person that they introduced in the last one. But the only thing is I really hope that they make one after that to where they tie all of them back together again, because they just all met, and that's what I liked. I liked when they all met up in this one. They have like a Scooby Doo, Buffy the Vampire like like thing going on, and I eat that shit up. I love it so much. Anything like like a found family, like a Friends dynamic, like it was all superheroes and witchcraft, not just superheroes but witchcraft. I'm just like, yes.
I did enjoy how they brought a lot of the like voodoo into it, because they do in one part in Raven's story, she's in New Orleans. And she's from Georgia, and there's a big part of her family that does the Lao thing. And that was enjoyable to see that side of the story as well.
Yeah.
But I like how it's an easy read for me. Like I said, I don't like superhero stuff. You said you're not big into reading action. I'm not big. Like I said, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, things like that. I don't read, I watch.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have more fun watching it than reading it.
Yeah.
So that's why usually superhero comics kind of go. But this one was the easy read. Didn't have any problems. I probably would say overall, maybe a 5 out of 5 too for all three.
It was just so good. Like, I loved it so much. I'm so glad you rated it high. So, and then this one, like, he is hilarious. He is such a funny character.
Garfield's hilarious.
He cracked me up all the way through it. Like, I didn't think I was going to enjoy this one as much as I did Raven, but, like, it was so good. And then, like, I already talked about this one, like, just them all coming together and them adding, like, other, like, friends, and then them. They didn't really get into a relationship yet, but, you know.
They got kind of it.
I mean, they like each other, you know?
There was
I want it to continue. I need more, and they're coming out with the character that they introduced in the last one, which I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, so I'm not going to say, but it's a main character in the universe.
I mean, it's going to be pretty easy. Once you look in the comic, you'll be like, immediately know who it is.
Yeah. So I'm so excited for that one, but if they stop there, I'm going to be so sad.
Well, I will say I'm probably biased on this one just because it has a lot of our home state capital in it.
Oh yeah. I was going to mention that too.
I'm having way too much to have the fun time looking at them going around Nashville. The whole scene when they're at the Parthenon, I was like, oh, yes.
Yeah, it's literally like places that we've actually been.
Yeah.
And even even if it's not the same street, it looks just like the same streets that we walk. Like when
we're very familiar with those areas. I'm glad they showed the Parthenon. That was really cool for me. Mm-hmm. Of course, they showed Broadway. They called it like obviously something else. They showed the music hall. They showed the 4,000 restaurants you can go to and how.
And the restaurants look just like the Nashville restaurants that we got.
Oh, yeah, no. Like, we walked down those roads.
Yeah, it was so on point. Like, that was just so much enjoy. And I think I read this a little bit before than you, and I'm, like, messaging you. I'm like, oh, my God, they show Nashville. Ah!
Yeah, I think it took me longer to read this one because I was just looking at every little picture to, like, get it up. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, this one.
Not exact, but I appreciate them how hard they did work to make it match to what Nashville is.
Yeah, for real. They definitely did research. So you said 5 stars. So how about 1 out of 10?
1 out of 10, probably 8.
8.
8 to 9ish, because I did like it. However, when collection-wise, I'm not going to keep it.
What?
No,
I thought you said you would read it again.
I would read it again, but when we get to the little thing, it is definitely I will borrow it again.
Oh my goodness.
I had a great read, had a great time. I already know I have a new home for it. There's a friend of mine who is real excited about this. So they're getting these.
So it is not for you. It is not a buy. It's not a buy. And it's not a burn, but it's a borrow.
It's a borrow. Yeah.
So, and then also, for my friend that borrowed it from me and read it, she also said it was a bar. She wouldn't buy it because she reads my books first, and the ones that she really enjoys, she buys.
Smart
So
way
that's
to do it.
yeah. So she said it was a bar. She said it was okay, but I absolutely loved it. I am going to reread it, and if I did unhaul, I would keep this.
I did enjoy it a lot. However, I have so much in my collection now. I have to be picky, and I have to
So
think
really,
realistically, am I going to go back to a DC universe?
yeah. So it's not really a 5-star. It's more like a 4-star for you.
I don't know. I feel like you could find things that are 5 stars but not want to rewatch it, like Killing Stalking.
Oh, I'm reading that every single time we get more. I don't know about you.
I'm going to keep coming back to Killing Stalking. Every time I do a live stream, I just come back up. There's things that are very well written that you don't want to reread again. Killing Stalking's one. Very well done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I want to go on that roller coaster again.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay, so did you want to get the other longer one out of the way?
All right, are we talking about?
The 5-volume one.
Oh, we talking about my faves.
BL Metamorphosis.
BL Metamorphosis.
So, I mean, I can't like the one before. I could kind of like rate it by each volume, but this one just kind of goes all in one.
I think it's better to go all together than try and rate every single one.
Yeah. I was just making a point that this one's more like separate. This one's like, together.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, like, okay, so did you want to tell the little premise of this?
Oh, yeah, no, I'll go on this one. I got the PowerPoint ready. That was a joke, obviously. So pretty much BL Metamorphosis, it starts off with a sweet little older lady who lives alone. Husband's passed away. She works as a calligraphy teacher. She pretty much is just going for her life. And she goes to her favorite tea shop to find it is now closed. So she now heads to a bookstore and discovers for the first time ever boy love manga. And she buys the first one, not realizing what it is, and realizes, oh, this is really cute. Along with going to this bookstore, she meets a character who also reads boy love, a high school student. And they build a friendship over the comics that they read together and the same artist who creates the same boy love story that they're following. And so it starts off going, oh, this is about people who just really like boy love, and it's going to be like doing those little awkward things of, oh, here's a younger generation showing an older generation yaoi pretty much. But it goes into a really cute story, just kind of following both of them, like trying new things, trying to go outside their normal stuff they do. It gets really cute. It follows mostly just their lives more than just the hobby. So it gets a little bit outside of like, oh, we're finding out what comics they're reading and And we're getting more into she's trying to figure out what she wants to do in her life. And then the older lady is like thinking of going to live in America or staying in Japan if she wants to continue being a calligraphy teacher or explore new things. And you're just watching them go through. I have a really nice slice of life, I would say.
Yeah. I like the part where like you said, she went into the bookstore, but she went into the cookbook section because she hasn't been in the bookstore in forever. And then they moved the cookbooks to now replace with yaoi.
Yeah, no, I find it funny. It goes from cookbooks to boys kissing. It's like, we're just going to move them here. And she's just like, this isn't my usual, but I'll just pick it up anyway.
Yeah, she's like, why not? I'm going to give it a try. And then the chick that actually works at the bookstore. So, yeah, because that's like her summer job or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it was like a summer job because
she doesn't work
in the story she does quit.
Yeah, she doesn't work there long, but they're like, well, whenever you have time, come back. But yeah, pretty much we both know what. So, one out of 5.
Oh, 5.
5.
Out of 10, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Like this is so good. This was like my favorite read.
It was my favorite read too. It didn't feel like 5 volumes.
No, I breezed through it.
It wasn't too long, and it didn't feel too short.
Yeah.
It was easy to get into the characters. One of my favorite little things is like for each little like, and it's silly, but I like little things like this, is when an artist will like go between chapters, they'll draw like a little tiny thing. Like, like a little shelf of books or a little cup of tea, and it's very nice detail. I like the
really
little
cute.
stuff like that.
Yeah, really cute. I love that. Yeah. So it's going to be a buy, borrow, or burn.
Oh, it's a buy.
Buy all the way.
This is going to stay in my collection for a long, long, long time. I love Slice of Life a lot, and this one just it was so wholesome the whole time. And
I mean, and honestly, this like could be really any hobby. Like, it's just so cute and wholesome and sweet. And so like my history with this was part of it was a reread. So I read 1 and 2, and then I read 5. So 3 and 4 were new material completely. So but then again, I wanted to reread it anyways, and it was just as much enjoyable. I loved reading it all the way through, but I had to read it because I was I guess we'll just spoil it because I needed to know, or I was going to ever finish it. The elderly lady does not die in it. So
yeah, no, we both cheated.
Yeah, so that's why I read the last volume, because I was like, if she dies, I'm done with this series. I cannot handle it. My emotions.
You're enjoying meeting these two characters, hang out for the first time. That when I finished reading volume 1, I bought all the way up to 5, and then I looked at the end of 5 just for the same reason. Because I'll go down that rabbit hole, but sometimes my heart cannot handle it. And I was like, I did not want anything happen. Spoiler alert, but it's a good spoiler if you don't want trauma.
Yeah.
There's not going to be trauma.
Like if it showed that, I don't know. Like I don't think I could handle it. But so I'm really weird about how I arrange my collection. But I'm actually going to move this from my LGBTQ shelf to my otaku culture shelf, like my hobby.
I could picture it being there. I would say it would definitely not be in the LGBTQ shelf because it does talk about boy love, but it doesn't go into it's more just talking about the comics and people who read it, but it goes so way past that. Like honestly, I think after volume 2, you don't even really see the books anymore or the characters they're talking about. You just see the real life characters talking about making comics and doing their things and getting to meet the artist. So it's more of a slice of life show for me, or in your case, your like otaku culture shelf.
Yeah, and not that I have space to display it, but I'm totally going to actually display a cover. I just need to make room on my shelf. I'm going to display this cover.
I think that's a perfect cover to display.
Yeah, because it's like the hobby. So yeah.
I just like it so much.
Or maybe this one because they're reading it. Maybe I might display that one. I don't know.
I kind of like the third one because it's like they're in the same location, but they're not meeting each other technically yet.
Yeah. Okay. Then it's the third one I'm going to display. I'm going to display that cover out. It's actually that shelf right there, and some volumes are missing because I took that picture. But anyways. Yeah, it's that shelf right there. It's that shelf right there, but I'm already running out of room, so I need to make another shelf. So.
I would say because it's slice of life, otaku culture kind of vibe. That's why it moves so high up for me. Yeah, is because I went in thinking, oh, it's just going to be kind of like awkward boy love conversations and stuff. Yeah. But it actually went into more detail of these two characters, and it made it way more enjoyable because it did go outside that, because sometimes you get into the realm and it's just like, let's make comedy for the sake of it being gay kind of thing. Yeah. Which is fine, but sometimes you're like, spice it up a bit.
Which might be one that we talk about a little bit later.
I know the one you're talking about, yeah. But definitely part of this one.
Mm,
It's my baby. I love it.
definitely 100%. So good. What did you want to talk about next? Did you want to get, I guess, Whisper Me a Love Song up next?
We could do that one. Do you want to start off that one?
Yeah. So, this one was okay.
This one's actually a girl love.
Yeah, this was a Yuri. I really wanted to like this one more than I did, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna keep reading it. I have the first 5 volumes. It was so far. I hate to say this because I really want to like Yuri. It's a borrow, 3 stars borrow, and a 6.5, 7.
You don't even want to talk about it. You're like, I'm just going to rate it. I'm done. Bye.
No, okay. So okay, I'll talk about it. So, well, I'm also too stupid to like. I was getting kind of the characters confused, but that's a me thing. So it's pretty much about this chick right here that is obsessed with this new band, and she confesses her um, her obsession with this one female right here, and she misunderstands her in the sense that it's not really her saying that she's in love with her, but then she starts getting like a crush on her because she thinks that she loves her. I know I said that really wrong, but that's pretty much what I got out of it, and I was really confused because they have like other band members, and that's kind of what made me
That was throwing you off.
yeah, that's what was making me like I'm just too stupid, and I guess like I really wanted to like this, and I did like it. I thought it was funny, and I thought it was cute. It's just I need to not read it when I'm super tired, and also maybe like have like a character chart
Maybe.
is what I'm thinking, because I do want to give this. I'm going to reread this eventually, and I want to read more volumes. And I want to give it a fair try. It's just yeah. So what were your thoughts?
So, I honestly thought I wasn't going to like it as much as I did. I don't think it's like anything to write home about, but it did crack me up. Is when I'm going to probably butcher her name, but Himari, which is the pink hair, Himari goes up and confesses to Yori, and it goes, she legit says, I have fallen in love with you, but like you said, she was talking about as in, oh, I fell in love with your music, but she's really bad at being social here. And so she's confessing her love to the music.
Yeah.
While the other girl's like thinking she's confessed love, and now she has feelings for this girl. So there's kind of this awkwardness between that.
Which in a way I can kind of understand, because like when I'm obsessed with something, I'm just like, oh my god, like
yeah,
I like geek out like that too. So like I'm like, oh my god, I'm in love with you, but I'm not actually in love with you because I don't even know you. But like like a major singer that I'm like in love with, like him or something, I'm just like, oh, I love you, but like, am I really in love?
I would say though, I do want to keep reading this because I am curious. I only got volume 1, and it's up to like volume 5 or 6 now.
I think it's either I know it's up to 6 or more than 6 because I have up to 5 and I know I'm behind.
Okay, so I saw I think up to 6 at the store when I went to pick up another volume, and I was looking like, oh crap, I didn't realize it was going to go this far. So I'm curious if my mind's going to change on it. Right now,
yeah,
it's sitting at a 3 out of 5, or if we go with the 10s, it's sitting at maybe a 6 to 7. And
so we kind of feel the same way.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I just stuck with the 1 volume, it might be a borrow, but if I go farther down the route, it might change.
Yeah, like it wasn't bad.
It's not a burn.
No,
I won't burn it.
Yeah, like I'm not regretting reading it at all, and it was funny. I was laughing.
Oh yeah, there were some humorous moments in there.
Yeah,
and the girls are hilarious about picking on the other girl because they know she has a crush on the younger.
Yeah, well, that was the part I was getting confused on because I was getting confused on the characters. So like that's a me thing because that happens to me a lot. So
I'm curious how it would be. I feel like it's one volume's not enough for me to figure it out fully, but I'd say
Yeah.
it's dangerously could be anywhere from the 6 to 7. It could easily jump down to a 5, depending
Yeah.
on how it escalates or de-escalates in the
Yeah.
story.
Maybe we can try to kind of buddy read this one and try to reread it again together at some
Maybe
point.
it definitely could go with our other talk idea.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so because I definitely want to give it a try. I actually got some more Yuri that I want to try. How do we relationship? I don't know if you heard about that one.
Which one?
How do we relationship?
I have heard of it. I don't have that one yet.
Yeah, I have volumes 1 through 4 now because I've got. I think I got all of them on sale.
I do have some girl love manga. I just don't have that one.
Yeah, I need. It's like I really want to love a girl's love manga, but I haven't yet. So I'm kind of disappointed. I thought that this was going to be it, but
You could be a little biased too.
but see, I don't want to be biased. That's why I'm getting upset.
Some people don't have certain preferences, and that's okay. Of
So
course, you might have not found the story yet.
yeah, well, okay. So I did read. We're just going to go on a side trail. I'm so sorry. It's actually in the other room because it was in my picture that I took. But it's called In Between the Sheets, and it's about 2 girls, and it's messy and it's dramatic, and I loved it. I will show you afterwards, and
I've heard of it. I have not seen it. I've heard of it though.
You heard of it? It is so good. I loved it, and if that's a Yuri, because I think it's a Yuri, because it's about 2 women getting together, and it's basically almost like around the relationship. But and it was so good. So I guess that counts, and I loved it. But I loved it because it was so messy, and I think I need a messy Yuri to get into it.
You don't want to be soft and cute.
No, because
you want drama.
Honestly, with my BL, I started out with the messy, dramatic ones, and I didn't really like even BL that was soft and cute until last year. This last year was the first year that I got into soft and cute, and now I can appreciate it. But I had to start off with messy, and I think that's just, I don't know. So maybe I might like this more if I read more messy, because so far this is messy, but it's kind of fluff.
I don't want to even say it's messy. Messy is like some.
I know it's not messy, but
emotional trauma's coming in.
Yeah, it's not messy at all. I take that back. What I mean is that there's just a little bit of conflict.
There is a little bit of a little conflict, but simple slice of life conflict.
Moving on.
Oh God. That one was interesting.
So do you want to kind of maybe not go into depth since it's so short, but let's just talk about kind of each story. So this is Love on the Other Side, and what's the author's name?
I believe it's Nagabi.
Yeah, this was the same. This is the same mangaka as Monotone Blue.
Also known for their completed series that was really popular, The Girl from the Other Side.
And then also another one. They did
the Magical Boy one.
Yeah.
I haven't read that one yet either.
Yeah.
And this one has 6 stories in it.
Yeah, 6 stories. So it's like a short story collection. So let's talk about See You Tomorrow, Daisy.
Well, first off, when we talk about love, it's different formed love.
Yeah.
So it doesn't always mean how we see romantic love. Because this technically is the front of the book. Actually, is that one is See You Tomorrow, Daisy. That short story, it was interesting.
Yeah.
I want to know more about it.
Yeah, I would definitely read more. I just was But at the same time, I was kind of like, I'm kind of glad there's no more because it could have went really bad direction.
This was a fast read because the stories were so short.
Yeah, I like this one because I like reading this because I could read it in between each read. So like each volume, I kind of took a break and I read each story.
I read it all in one go. Actually, I
Really?
just kept going and going.
I read one of these waiting for the meeting to start at work. Okay, the Wolf Man and the Girl Wolf.
I didn't like that one.
That one I think was super disturbing.
That one had I would say it had lack of a better word, like grooming vibes.
Yes, that's perfect how to say it because I was trying to think of how to say it. Like they hinted at some very inappropriate things.
It never showed, and we want to make it clear, it didn't show inappropriate things.
No.
It was things hinted.
Yeah. So I could have lived without that story. So far, like as I was reading these two stories, it was kind of like I had one that was okay, and I was kind of like, eh. And then that one, I was like, oh god, so I was kind of done after that story.
I was getting nervous after that one. I went, oh, are there going to be more like this?
Yeah. So I wasn't liking this at first. Then the next one is Emergency Rotations and Bountiful.
Emergency Rations and Bountiful Feasts.
Wait, what? Emergency
Rations and Bountiful Feasts.
Mercy?
Rations, like rations for emergency. As in, like, there's a storm, we gotta save our food, save our rations.
I don't get it. Anyways, what was that one about?
So in that story, because I will go into a little detail of it, every story, by the way, has there's a human character and then a creature with human characteristics.
Yeah.
Where from roughly like a furry kind of vibe to like full on animal. So they're never 100% like, it's always these different characters, which this creator is known always having like kind of a monstrous kind of characters in the stories, not human. They're humanoid almost at best. And this one involved a vulture keeping a young girl as emergency rations and feeding her and planning for her for in case he's hungry. But there's a situation, of course, that changes in that. Honestly, I kind of was surprised about that story, as in I actually enjoyed that one.
I was still feeling very eerie and creeped out at that story still. I definitely liked it better than the one before, but still I was kind of like, what? But then it, in a weird way, even though it was so eerie and creepy, I was still enjoying it. But I hated it, but I was enjoying it. It's kind of like a really creepy movie that you like, but then you hate.
I liked it because it was that eerie kind of kind of like Hansel and Gretel. He's feeding to plump her up, but then he starts getting a little bit attached, kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I definitely, out of the three stories, like that one. That one gave me a little bit of hope because of how the story was set up, and then of course the way they drew the vulture character was really fun to look at.
Yeah, definitely. So, what about the next one, the Midnight Waltz?
That was interesting.
I'm trying to think what happened.
It was the vampire.
Gotcha. Yeah, that one was okay. That one
was okay. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't as creepy as the other.
I would say I liked it more than the first story of the series.
Yeah. And then then the White Lion.
The White King with the lion?
Yeah. That one I kind of hated.
I was confused a little.
I don't know. I'm still feeling so I still feel at this point when I'm reading it that I still hate this one. Then the last, is this the last one? Those
Without
eyes.
eyes.
Is that the last one?
Yep.
Okay, so I want to know your thoughts of that one.
So I would have to say it was probably the better of all stories, honestly.
Why do we think so similar?
Because the ending, when you find out like the ending part of this, because the girl's, I mean, first off, it's about a blind girl who's pretty much kidnapped by a monster, and she's trying to find a way to escape. And the way they tell the story and the way you're picturing the world and everything, I don't know. It felt like all the other ones were like quick slam bam stories. And then that one was the actual, like, oh, this is the one I actually wanted to share, but I didn't have enough pages. So I had to bullshit some other stories. That's what it seems like to me.
I loved that one.
That one was my favorite.
That one was so good.
The monster was crazy. The way the monster would try to act human with her was very disturbing.
So creepy.
But it was like,
It made
it
sense
was
at the end.
innocent.
Yeah.
But it was creepy innocent.
It was so sweet though.
It was sweet. And
It
then
was so sweet, and you just have to read it. We're not going to ruin it, but it was creepy, morbid, disgusting, and sweet, all at the same time.
which is surprising for the thing. Out of
Yeah.
all the stories, the last one was definitely the one that was my favorite.
Yeah.
I honestly was surprised I didn't like this as much as I thought I was going to like it, because I love The Girl from the Other Side. I
Yeah.
love Monotone Blue.
The only one I ever read was Monotone Blue, so, but I love that one. So.
When I saw this, went, oh, I'm obviously going to like it.
Yeah.
What the heck did I read half the time?
So 1 through 5.
Just because of the last story, it's a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
It saved it.
So if that story wasn't in there,
If that story was in there, 2.
okay, 1 through 10.
3 out of 10 if it did not have the last story. Probably 5 out of 10 if it had the story in there, the last one.
And are you going to? So are you keeping your collection?
So that's a tough question. I don't want to keep it, but also I do like the artwork.
And you kind of like her other work too, and you do like her quick stories, so it's kind of like maybe.
It's a maybe, but not for reread reasons. I honestly think I might rehome this one. I just don't imagine me rereading again. I imagine I would keep it for discussion purposes, but that's the only thing I can imagine doing it is.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really. It was a fast read. It's quick to read, easy to read, no problem. The only problem is just I didn't really care for the stories. I understood the love different, and it's in different forms. Some of it was romantic love, some of it was child, like innocent love and pure, and I got that, but I felt like how it was done, it was too choppy in some of those stories.
Yeah.
I didn't have a great time with most of them. Honestly, if it wasn't for the last story, the last story, oh no, I would have get rid of this book immediately.
Yeah. I agree with you. Like it, but it was interesting. So honestly, I would kind of say burn.
I could get that, especially after
if you like
and Girl Wolf or whatever it's called.
Yeah, after that one, I would say kind of burn, but then so I gave the last story 5 stars. I absolutely loved the last story. So in a way, I would say bye. And like I gave the last story like 1 out of 10. The other ones I either gave like 1 out of 5, let's just say. I would give them like a 1 or 2. So that wolf one is like a negative 1.
Also, like hold on. So like the stories would be like roughly like that thin, and then the last story is thicker than all the other stories.
Yeah, that one is just So I guess See You Tomorrow,
If
Daisy would be a 5. No, sorry, like a 3 maybe.
if this last story was printed by itself,
Yeah,
I would buy it.
yeah. And
The
then
rest
the
of it, not so much.
Wolfman and Girl, that was like a negative. The
I would
Murder,
burn it. I would
the
burn
Murder
that one. I
yeah,
would burn that story. I did not like.
yeah,
It felt weird, and I kind of was like into it at first, just because it felt like it was going to be like a parent kind of love.
yeah. And then it
And then
went,
that ending, I'm like, oh no,
yeah.
you totally went
And
far
then
enough.
the White King, that was like a 2 out of 5.
I felt like it was choppy.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Yeah. So anyway, so I guess read the last story online. But I don't support
If
that.
you want to read it, read it. But
Yeah.
if you want to ask me what story to read the last one. I personally would not buy it. I would, if I wouldn't suggest to steal it online, but if you find a way to read it online,
Yeah.
do you, boo.
Yeah. So which one do you want to talk about next?
So do we want to go? I think we should go for a funny one, but there's two funny ones. There's one that kind of hinted it could be BL, and then there's the other funny one.
Hold on. I don't know what one that you're talking about. Oh, okay, yeah. That one I kind of count as BL.
I think it depends how it ends.
It's completely up to you. Just you pick this time because I picked the last.
Well, we'll we'll do this one because this one made me laugh a lot. Crossplay love. Otaku X Punk.
Yeah.
So should I describe this story?
So did you end up reading the second volume?
I haven't because I was making sure I read the other volumes first.
I ended up reading it.
What did you think? Like,
well, I thought you were gonna read it.
I didn't read it yet because I had to read all the other ones I didn't read yet.
So,
but it's over here.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna ruin the plot or anything, but like this one is more like a together like story. This one they go off into like the side characters and
cool.
More of like little shenanigans. So it was both of them are great. But let's just talk about this one that we read for the 24-hour time.
I'm going to go into what the story is about real quick. So pretty much we have a little otaku character who cosplays a girl for a maid cafe, who has a favorite customer who comes in, but unfortunately that favorite customer, they don't know it's also a boy cross-playing as a girl to go meet the girl at the maid cafe that he thinks is cute. So it's both boys cosplaying as girls because they like the other girl who happens to be a boy.
Yeah.
And they both don't like each other in real life. Like one's like, I don't like nerds, and the other one's like, oh, I don't like punks. It's just hilarious. They really don't like each other in the real world, but they really like their girl characters. And then there's a lot of little funny moments in there. Like there's one point where it's windy outside and they saw a toupee fly off someone's head, and they both panic about their wigs because they don't want to be like discovered to be a boy. So they start glowing. It's little funny moments where it's like little awkward moments being a cosplayer, but also it's just a bunch of little silly stories.
Yeah.
So I had a good time laughing at that because it just made me think of that silly kind of just silly fun read. Not too serious at all.
Yeah, I
just definitely funny read.
I definitely enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I honestly wasn't sure about it. I'm just gonna be honest.
I wasn't sure either because whenever you see something like this, it's such a risk factor because it could be like a 3 out of 5 kind of star book where it's a slam bam written, just a quick, like that one book I'm reading, Ghostly Things. It's done. It's such a regular, same redone story over and over again. It's not that, it's just I've seen the same song and dance. This one, it's just a little bit fun because I don't see a lot of a lot of cosplay stuff, and I definitely don't see a lot of the cosplay where both boys are pretending to be girls just to want to date the girls. So,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, I can't wait to figure out how that ends.
I'm just gonna give you a little thing. It's not exposed in volume 2 either.
I'm excited that it's going to show other characters and stuff.
Yeah, it shows other characters, and then it also goes more into like the otaku culture and the punk culture.
So that's why I was going. I don't think it really counts as like a BL technically.
Yeah.
I think it counts more as a otaku kind of culture vibe.
Yeah, I was just about to say I might put this one on my otaku culture shelf instead. I don't know yet.
Yeah,
I don't know yet.
I'm definitely going to keep reading it and see
Yeah.
which way I would put it, because at first I went, oh, it's going to be kind of a boy love thing, and now it's like, oh, this just seems to be like silly, like crossplay kind of thing. So I'm real interested in reading the next one because you told me it's different characters, but when I looked at the book, I was like, wait a minute, it ain't these two characters.
Yeah.
Then you mentioned that, and now I'm like, I got an idea what's going to happen in that book, and I'm hoping I'm correct based off looking off the picture.
But yeah. So it is great. I wish it showed some side characters in the back, but it doesn't. But yeah, so 1 out of 5. Like, what do you rate it?
1 out of 5. 3.
3.
I mean, it's still not like anything you
I gave it a 4.
4 out of 5 is like, I don't know. It sticks out more.
Okay. Then.
But I did read the first volume. You read the second volume, so maybe it pops out more to you than me.
Yeah, there was one little chapter in the second volume that.
But if we go to 10, it's 6 out of 10.
Okay, 6 out of 10.
It's a little higher.
It's a 7 out of 10 for me.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, and how about buy, borrow, or burn?
Volume 1 wise, right now, before I read others, it's a buy.
Buy, okay.
But depending how the story goes, it might switch to a borrow. But right now, I think it's funny enough. I would keep in my collection. I don't know if it will be a read situation, but it'll be one I want to keep in my collection to show other people all the time.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I feel like we discussed the last one well enough. Do you want to talk about? Do you want to say the one that we read on the live stream or the reading sprint last?
We could do the reading sprint one last because I feel like that one's like
a lot
that happened in it.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about this one next?
Yes, Geek Hitman. I laughed quite a bit in this one actually.
Yeah. Do you want to give a little bit of a premise?
Yeah, sure. This man was a hitman in his other life, and then one day he sees a really, really cute what?
Oh, I was just telling them who it was by because I feel bad not crediting.
Kodai. Yeah. I think it's Kodai. I might be wrong. So one day he goes to do one of his hits, and he looks at the guy's shelf and he goes, "What is that?" Seeing a little cute anime girl, and he goes, "Where's it from?" And the guy goes, "Japan." And then this guy decides to move to Japan, quit his life as a hitman, and just collect anime. And that's pretty much the story. So he's just this very highly well-known for his talents hitman who just quits his job and becomes a otaku. And in Japan, they call him the top otaku.
What do they call him?
Tio. Top otaku.
Top otaku.
But it's funny because it's actually abbreviation for the other thing he gets called in, I believe it's Italy he's originally from. I enjoyed it because it's not just following him. You have other like hitman characters. Like you have the girl who is obsessed with BL. I was not expecting that. I think it's really funny that we went, okay, let's pick one book that doesn't involve BL, and somehow it's still snuck in there.
It really did, because we're like, we have all these, like, you know, BL topics and them reading about BL, but this one is more like, you know, like a seinen, non-BL, and then it's snuck in there because we're just that good.
It just snuck in. It doesn't go into real detail. It's just pretty much about her talking about her hobby, and her hobby is collecting that.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the series has to be complete before it goes on my like completed shelf, but this will go on my Otaku Culture section for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm curious. So 1 out of 5.
Maybe a 4.
What do you think I rated it?
Maybe a 3. Maybe a 4.
5.
A 5.
I love this. I love this. This was so funny, so good. I wish I wasn't broke so I could get volume 2.
I do like how it shows otaku like culture really well. Like him going to the concert, talking about them working hard to get raffle tickets.
Yeah, I mean, this was right up my alley. Like right up my alley. Like this is what I like. Like one of the things that I really enjoyed about BL Metamorphosis was the fact that they loved their hobby so much. You know, so like this was just like I ate it up. So for you, oh now I'm nervous to ask you a question. So buy, borrow, or burn?
Right now, Witches Volume 1. It will be a borrow.
Ah! I knew
I don't got as many shelves as you do. I gotta be picky.
Are you gonna try volume 2 out?
Oh, absolutely. That's why it's still going to sit on my shelf. If the manga keeps going the way it's going, I might change from a borrow to a keep.
I hope it does.
But if it's set kind of the same way as this one, where it's just going to be like almost the same thing over and over again, I'm going to be like, okay, well that's cool, but there's a few.
But he's so handsome.
Look, you read it for the handsome. I read it for the otaku.
Well, I read it for the otaku too, but it was just a plus that he's handsome.
You were looking at that, and I was looking at Body Pillow. That's what happened. You went with cute. I went with nerd. You're just rating it 2 extra stars because he's cute. That's what it is, isn't it?
I'm rating it 1 extra star because he's cute. Because I would have probably given it a 4 if he was ugly.
At least you're honest.
Sorry, my dog is.
Hawk read a manga once. What manga did you read, Hawk, once? What was that one you read once?
I read a manga once.
No Man's. Oh my god. No Man's Land. Bizarre. Do you know No Man's Land?
No, what is it?
It is the hardest out of print manga to find. I have volume 1 and 2, and it took me 10 years to find volume 2. And I found it accidentally at a convention last year.
I bet you were like so thrilled though.
I was thrilled, but it was because I got it as the gift. And
yeah.
But No Man's Land, it's a Western kind of setup, I believe. It's been a minute since I read it because it is one of the out of prints. But no, there's only 2 volumes that I know of. I think there's technically 3. Oh, here it is. Western Demons, action-y, kind of super gory. There you go.
Oh, I made the chat go away. Hold on. Oh, go back. Sorry, what did you say?
Hawk said it's Western Demons, action-y, kind of super gory. But the manga is called No Man's Land. It's super out of print. Never knew there was a volume 2 until I randomly found it one day.
Oh yeah, I love when that happens. Like when there's more to something that you thought wasn't, and you find it, and you're like, "What?" But, okay, so I think we discussed all the volumes but that one.
The sprint read, I believe.
Yeah. So I mean, we kind of started this one in a sprint, but we kind of went kind of late.
There's our main sprint one.
Yeah, where's it at? Oh, there it is.
I got it right here.
You were more organized than me.
I dedicated this to being very clean table to only have manga and my precious Queen of Monsters Mothra.
That's so cute.
I love her.
I showed you my behind the scenes today.
Yeah, no, I suddenly feel way better about my anime room right now. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I was like, thanks.
Mothra, Queen of Monsters. I'm one day going to get a tattoo of her. One day.
But yeah, so the Gay Who Turned Kaiju. And this is a one-shot that we were both really quite interested in reading so we could discuss it. So we actually read it in a reading sprint on that day. And we actually, I think we went on that reading sprint for 3 hours and 45 minutes or some shit like that.
Yeah, so far our history is every time we meet, it's a 3-hour long thing. And then we're an hour and 11 minutes in on this one, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't think we'll go that long tonight.
I don't think so either. I think we're doing pretty good on our pacing this time, but
yeah, well, I mean, remember how I said before we're going to kind of give each one 10 minutes, but we've been giving each one about 5 minutes, I feel like.
Yeah, we've been doing pretty good. Yeah,
I feel like our pacing's good, but we're getting everything we wanted to say. This one I kind of want to talk a little bit longer about because
definitely
it had this one spoke to me. I don't know how else to say it.
I remember seeing this so many times on the shelf before I was able to buy it, and I was looking at it going, I'm going to get this book.
Yeah.
One, I just showed you Mothra. Clearly I'm into kaijus, but also the name of the book along with the art, it made me very interested how it's being portrayed. And so when I found out you wanted to read it too, I was like, oh my God, yes, this looks like it's one of those ones that's going to be crazy to get into and actually discuss. And it turns out we were very much correct on that.
Yeah, it had a lot of hidden meanings. It had a lot of you could definitely tell that this mangaka has been through a lot in their life. That they kind of wanted to show in the story and express in the story, I feel like.
I like how even though it's sci-fi, the situations are still very realistic.
It was so relatable. It was so relatable.
Because that ending, when you find out how you can end the conflict, it doesn't make it an easy wrap-up situation because it just proves in the real world not everyone's accepting, not everyone's going to adapt to a change, and you have to learn. It was deeper than I thought it was going to get. I thought it was going to get more morbid. I was worried about that.
Yeah.
But we were nervous at that one point in the story too.
Oh yeah. It was very metaphorical.
It was. I liked how it set up. So pretty much this creator, Kazuki Mimato, I'm probably butchered his name, has other writings that I don't believe has made it over to America yet. I think is what we discussed, or there's some of them we haven't seen yet. This is one of his first ones that we actually got to see of his creations.
Yeah.
And pretty much involves the story of this kid who moves to a new school. He's getting bullied. And at the time, literally, he's just being bullied because he's getting bullied. And he finds out his teacher he looks up to despise gays, thinks they're disgusting and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it hits him really hard to a point. He just wishes he wasn't gay. He wishes he was something else. And then he comes out of the bathroom and he's a kaiju. And they're like, what's going on? So now he's like stuck as this monster dealing with like real life situations. And suddenly he gets this kind of like, it starts with him getting like kind of like, what's it called? A power grab, maybe? I don't know.
Power dynamic.
Yeah. He gets to a moment where he feels like he's in power, but then it also comes back to him being more human in the situation too. It was a fun ride the whole time. And of course, I'm not going to go into more detail than the beginning part of it.
Yeah.
But I loved how they set it up. I loved how the story played out. It was really well done.
Mm-hmm.
The character development, the way they set up the final climax, the way they dealt with the conflict, the way it ended. I felt like it was a good ending, as in it wrapped up very well.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely portrayed how different people view homosexuality. Like what you were talking about, the teacher. I honestly, like, a lot of people are freaked out about it because they don't understand it. So they don't I don't feel like the teacher necessarily like disliked homosexuality, but he made that a point because he was talking to a female, and I felt like he was more kind of like trying to prove his like machiness. Like, I don't really feel like he actually meant that he thought it was disgusting. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he mentioned it's hard to say because in the whole time, the way he acts with the student knowing he's gay,
I felt like
it felt almost like he cared for him.
Yeah.
But because he couldn't accept him.
Yeah, I felt like he was more uncomfortable.
He was uncomfortable, and I feel like he tried to hide the fact. He tried to play the words that people say, oh, that's nice, but that's not really what they mean.
Yeah.
They're just
but
from a script.
At the same time, though, like, the teacher was so like caring. Like, he really cared about his students. He wanted the students to do their best. He actually cared about their like personal life. I don't know. I feel like he was a good teacher. He just misunderstood.
That's interesting, because I felt like in some cases it almost was like him trying to save his own ass.
Really? See, I didn't pick up on that.
I guess it's just like how he like portrayed himself. Is like he would try and be like, oh, we'll fix it this way, and he would cared about him, but it also kind of felt like, I don't know. There was just huge points. Hi, Kitty. There was just points in the story. I just was like, I don't like this character.
Yeah.
He feels kind of fake, and it's because he's trying to play it cool, but you could tell from his actions and how he reacts, he's not okay with it.
Yeah. Maybe it's because like I took it a little different way because I've experienced like, I mean, I'm not saying that you haven't, but like I've experienced people that like would say that it's gross and disgusting, and then when they're around me more, they kind of like loosen up and they're kind of like, oh wait, like you're an actual cool dude, even though like I'm not into that and I don't get it at all. So that's kind of was my takeaway of it.
I guess if we want to say that, then there's a chance that I see it in a different view because I was a teacher in a middle school setting where I did deal with teachers who, teaching in the South, especially with what's going on in Tennessee right now.
Yeah.
With this whole bullshit, I will say, with this law for drag shows and the canceling of transgender kid therapy and this asinine stuff that's going on.
Yeah, making people lose their jobs that all they can get is,
threatening to prison people for 15 years.
Yeah.
for dressing a certain way. But anyways, so as a teacher living in the South who is LGBT,
Yeah.
Q, who does have students in middle school who are now starting to realize maybe they are not a boy or a girl or either.
Yeah.
Who are maybe bi-curious, have not figured themselves out. Maybe they're switching their identity every day, and that's okay because you're in middle school. You don't know what the hell you want. I
Yeah.
was in middle school. I didn't know what the hell I wanted. You got your life together in middle school, something's up.
Yeah.
So maybe I portrayed it different because of how I see other teachers
Yeah.
work, and I've been that teacher who
Yeah.
I've been that teacher who would sacrifice everything for my kids.
Yeah.
But I've
Yeah.
also seen teachers who would play, oh, I care for this kid, but also they're very judgmental of what the kid's pronouns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a chance of that. But it's interesting we have two different sides of how we see the teacher. I don't think the teacher is evil. I
Yeah.
don't think he's like malicious. I think he's ignorant.
Yeah. He is definitely ignorant. We agree on that.
Yeah.
He's ignorant.
I think he cares to a point.
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to see the good in everyone. I think
that's what it is, and I immediately don't like people.
like we are going to go on a rabbit trail, but that's just who I am. So pretty much, when I worked at a restaurant, I'm not going to say like what restaurant, but anyways, when I worked at a restaurant, there was a manager that literally other employees said that he does not like me because I'm homosexual. And in my mind, I'm like, no, he doesn't like me because he's an asshole, not because, like, I don't know why. I just can't accept that people think that way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no. I understand 100%.
Yeah,
where you're
yeah.
coming from this.
So I think that's kind of what I'm doing to the teacher. I think a little bit.
You're just like he's an asshole. He is an asshole. That is true in the story.
Yeah, like
the way he talks to the female teachers and some of the other students, I'm like, yeah, no, he a dick. That's for sure.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I think I'm like justifying his behavior a little bit because I want to see the good in people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. We have same views, but slightly different views at the same time with the teacher.
No, like I agree. I agree everything you're saying completely.
Yeah. I don't think he's like the villain of the story.
Yeah.
He is a big conflict of the story that leads to the whole situation.
Yeah, I feel like
an important character.
Yeah.
If we didn't have this character, this book would not be as good as it was.
Yeah, and I feel like this also kind of teaches you that everyone is kind of a villain in a way. Like we all cause conflict on ourselves in a way, if that makes sense.
Or we all beat on it. It definitely hits on we beat on ourselves more than anyone else does.
Yeah.
You are your worst hypocrite, I think is what they say. What is it? Your worst enemy? Your worst enemy. You are your worst enemy. And there's a lot of cases where that comes into play.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying is like every single character kind of was like, okay, so pretty much this manager, so pretty much another, like, because I don't believe like he said, she said, but another manager came to me that wasn't even my friend, but they wanted to warn me that this other manager is making it impossible for me to move up in the company because he said out of his mouth that because I was gay. And that manager I wasn't even friends with, we didn't even talk, but that person wanted to let me know that so I could either find another job or do something so that way I could move up in the company because they didn't think that was right, that my sexual preference hindered my work ability. So, yeah. But anyways. So, yes, I agree with you on that one. But still in my mind, I was like, oh, no, he's just an asshole to everyone, which he was. So, but anyways. How do I get it that way? But yeah, so interesting that we thought differently. So
same but different.
1 through 5.
10.
That's so 5.
5, but
yeah, 10.
It's 10 out of 5. It's that good.
So, keep, borrow, or burn.
Oh, keep. 100% keep. I
Keep,
would reread
definitely.
this again and again and again and again. I would suggest this. I really liked the artwork, the character development, the story plot. I enjoyed it so much. I haven't had a manga I enjoyed this much in a good minute.
Yeah, and what was funny is when our first sprint of this, we didn't think we were going to like it. We were so worried.
Well, we were nervous because I was like, I'm hoping it's going to be good.
Yeah,
The first 2 chapters, I think we started going, ooh.
Yeah, we thought that the teacher was going to get sexually harassed.
Well, we thought the teacher was going to get sexually harassed. We were worried about that. We were worried about grooming. We were worried about non-consensual relations. We were worried about all those things. Because I started off like, yeah, and then I went, no. And then I was like, no.
You could definitely be both.
You could be a homophobe and an asshole. Definitely. The labels could go anywhere. I was iffy.
Yeah.
I was interested at first when we first were talking about it, and then we got into the first 2 chapters, and I was like, I think I spoke too soon. But now,
love it.
my stuff. It's
Love it. So
it's the one shots I love to get.
yeah, I mean, and overall, we had a really good reading. Like we liked pretty much everything but that one.
Yeah, no, it was out of all the books, like it's just that one we had an issue with.
And I still didn't mind reading it at the same time, even though,
I mean, I don't think it was a waste of a read.
No.
There's some manga I wish I didn't read that. This one's not one of those.
Yeah, so that's pretty much everything we've read. And granted, like I said, we kind of went over the 24 hours, but I mean, the whole point was to knock it off, and so we read it, so we got that accomplished. The only one that we didn't get to was Strawberry Panic.
Yeah, we did not get to Strawberry Panic. It's behind me somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not that organized.
You're more organized than me. This is just all over. But yeah, like I still want to get to this because it's in my collection. But
by the way, is your Strawberry Panic like new or is it like out of print? Like I'm curious.
I don't know.
It looks very nice.
I don't know. I got these for $5 each. No, I got these.
Because mine
is. I got these for $5.50 each.
Mine's an omnibus, but
because I spent $11 on these together. So
this was a gift, so I don't know how much they paid for it. I think they got it from McKay's though.
Yeah.
But they clean all their books really well, so it doesn't show what they paid for it.
Yeah.
It's so funny when they bought this for me though, because they were trying so hard to get me a Christmas gift, and they know my manga collection is really big, and they could not figure out what new books I already had. So they took such a big risk of buying this for me, and they didn't realize I was actually looking to put this in my collection.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. So I read this like 20 years ago, maybe. I don't remember it.
Oh, you read that? I didn't know that you read it already.
I either read it or watched it. I can't remember. It was 20 years ago. And I was like, I want it for my collection at least, because it's one of those pieces, whenever people talk about girl love, it's one of those pieces that people come back to.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to read that sometime soon.
So I just dropped one of those books on my dog, and he woke up, and now he woke the other one up. I feel bad.
You woke up
books. He like turns around, he looks at me, he's like, "What?" He's already mad at me that he has to be in here, and I'm not in bed cuddling with him. So then he's just like, "Really, you're gonna be dropping books on me now?" Thanks, Dad.
It's a hard knock life with books hitting your head.
I'm going to talk to you. What do you expect?
All right. Well, how about we get into my questions, and this is how we're going to do it.
Yes,
ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to say something like, what was your favorite book or something, and then we're going to like pick it up and go and show our books at the same time. Like, I'll go, okay, do you have we'll be like, what's your favorite book? And then I will count to like, we'll be like, are you ready? Do you got a book? And 3, 2,
I gave so many 5 stars.
Yeah, no, I got this. We're going to do some brain time, brain work.
Okay.
Work hard. Think.
Okay. Let me get the
So-
other ones out of the way. Okay.
We can start with I'll start with the easy one because I feel like we're going to say the same one. What was your, out of the books that we've read for the readathon? Once again, this is only books for the readathon that we discussed in this list, not books that we talked about outside the readathon, like Berserk and Kill and Stalking and other books. It's strictly going to be what was we discussed. So the very first one we're going to pick is, what is your least favorite? What was your least favorite read of the books? Yep, I knew this was going to happen. That's why I did it as an easy one.
If it was just the last story, then it might be different.
Same. If it was the last story, it would be different. If it didn't have that one story that had a very like grooming kind of feel to it,
Yeah.
that was a huge hit for me. And I understand. I mean, I don't understand. I understand it's different forms of love and it's not all romantic ones, but that one was clear as day.
It even said.
I made it very clear. Like, it was like, oh, I was like, oh, this is going to be like parent love. And I went, oh, no. And yeah, no, it ruined it for me. And the rest of the stories were mediocre at best, except for those without eyes.
Yeah.
All right, so we did our least favorite. What manga? That Kitty said something I agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Grooming isn't love; it's predatory. Exactly. And in the story that we read, I know you came late into the thing, and that's fine. It's pretty much had a male character caring for a female child situation, and they didn't show anything inappropriate. Didn't show anything appropriate, but it was how the story ended. The story ended to make me feel uncomfortable with the situation. Exactly. That's why I was like, I'm not okay with that. The Earth stories were not the same really in that level. If you did pick up that book, Kitty, though, those Without Eyes, the last book, that one was a good read. That short story was good. The rest
one was awesome. I loved it.
The rest are very mediocre. Avoid the second story. The second story was the one we did not like.
It was like a negative.
We both disagreed with it. And honestly, and that was the only book that was so close. If it wasn't for that last story, it might have been a burn.
It definitely would have been a burn. For me, it would have been a burn. That last story. Yeah.
All right. So our next thing, what manga surprised you the most? Like, you were surprised it was going to be one you really liked, or one you really hated, or one you were not expecting how the story was going to come out at all? Like, what was the biggest surprise? No matter how the surprise came, what was the biggest surprise of it?
You ready?
I think
one.
It's a hard pick. It's a real hard pick.
I know. It's hard to pick for me, too.
Let's see. You did that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with this one. I'm not going to pick up my whole book set because I'm not as strong as you. Or I'm lazier.
Did you like Monotone Blue by them?
Are you talking to me or Kitty?
Kitty.
Yeah, I love their other work that's what I said. I love their Girl from the Other Side, and I like their Monotone Blue. That's like the thing I mentioned earlier that I liked, and that's why I was so bummed.
Yeah.
I did not like the short stories. Monotone Blue is pretty cute. If you're okay with like, it's almost humanoid animals, then you'll enjoy it. It has a Catboy character. Hey, Monotone Blue has a Catboy character.
And a lizard.
And a lizard, but the cat.
So Mr. Hawk has a good point.
Sounds like a partial burn. Go ahead and tear the story. That was good. How? But I don't know how to find it. I don't want it sitting as random pages.
I mean, we honestly could probably like get a hair dryer and like get the glue off of it, take out the last story, and like make like a little binding.
You say we like we're going to actually do this. When are you going to do this? What time you have, sir? Sir.
I'm not going to actually do it, but it's fun. It's a funny idea.
It's a funny idea. But back to the surprise one. I'm not surprised how much I liked it. I'm surprised how the story changed in it. Because I was thinking it was going to be more of just constantly about the boy love, but it actually went more into the depth of these two characters. So it was a good surprise.
Yeah, definitely.
I accidentally mentioned the same book twice. But I was surprised this was so bad, but I was like, let me try.
I wasn't surprised because it got so many bad ratings.
Oh, it did. I didn't even see the ratings.
Yeah. So I was surprised that I love this one so much because, one, like I said, not big into superheroes. Two, I was surprised that there was like witchcraft and that Scooby-Doo, like Buffy the Vampire Gang thing. Loved that so much. I was surprised that I gave this 5 stars and I loved it so much because my friend was like, it's okay. And
you plan on keeping it.
And yeah, even if I did unhaul, this would be like on my keep shelf. Like, I love this shit. I ate this shit up. I could reread it right now.
And Kitty said something else about
Oh, hold on. I'm going down to Kitty. Hold on 1 second.
Kitty, what did Mona? Still, I'm not even interested in Beastars. Well, Beastars is not the same as Monotone Blue at all.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I will say, if you like Girl from the Other Side and you do enjoy little slice of life stories with a little bit of conflict in it, because there is one big conflict in the story in it, it's a pretty decent read. If you're not big into Beastars, I can't blame you. Beastars is an interesting area.
Yeah, I want to try it out, but I just have so many other ones. Hi, Kitty.
Hi, she made my camera even worse. I'm now perfectly blurry. Ma'am, come here. No, Ty, you can't live on my desk. I did Beastars. I didn't read it. I watched it.
Yeah, I definitely want to give it a try, but it's not like I'm going to collect Golden Murray, whatever that's called next.
You want me to describe Beastars to you?
Yeah.
Here's the quick summary. Are you ready?
Ready.
Quick summary. It's what happens when theater kids try to solve murder mysteries, and everybody wants to tap the wolf. And that is the story of Beastars.
Interesting.
It is literally like a drama club, and there's conflict, and it's a pretty well done story.
Hey, I'm gonna let my dog out. He is like crying. So you can
I'll keep talking. Beastars is an okay story, but I literally talked to one friend, and I was like, "Can I ask you something?" And I went, "Yeah, sure." And I went, "Is everybody trying to tap that wolf?" And they were like, "Well, it's more than just that." And I go, and then they go, "Yeah, no, actually, everybody wants to get with the wolf." I went, "Of course." That was the only reason I didn't really care for it. That was a kitty. It was. That cat's name is Ty Lee. I have 2 cats. Well, hi, Brinley. No, just the wolf. Everybody's just trying to get with the wolf. Metamorphic beings kind of turn me off. I could get that, and that's completely fine. Then you probably will not like Monotone Blue. It doesn't go into like real deep, like romantic stuff, but the storyline was fun to read. But if you're not into animalmorphic beings, that's completely fine. Monotone Blue is probably not for you, and their other book they wrote is probably not for you too. But I will agree, The Girl from the Other Side was my first book I read from that creator, and I loved it so much. It really surprised me. I didn't like this story as much because of that. Because I thought the way they did the story of the girl from the other side, I was going to enjoy this. But now I'm just like, great. That was awful. That was not a good experience. Furries are adorable. Not gonna. Yeah, Kitty might not be okay with that, and that's fine for them. But I do like furries. They are adorable. I don't meet a lot of bad furries. If you're trying to find a good way to pop in, you pop in on any way you need to, Brinley. You just show on up and it's fine. We're just all hanging out. We're waiting for anyone who just popped in because I saw one or two more people just popped in. We're waiting for Bazaar to come back. Dogs demanding attention, love, and affection. Pet owner life. So we're just talking. Kitty says I have two kitties, Molly and I'm going to say that name wrong. Catism? I'm going to say it wrong. It's a great nerd joke, but I'm terrible at words. That's why when Bazaar was like, "Oh, you're going to read the artist names," I was looking at him like, "Are you serious? You're trusting me to read?"
I actually gave up on
that. Hey, welcome back, Bazaar. I'm not talking smack about you. That's not Y'all back me up. Dogs are needy, but we love them. Yeah, dogs are needy.
Speaking of, I think they're going to stay out. They want to come back in. So
can you read this word for me? Kitty cat's names. Molly and I want to see if Bazaar can do it.
Wait, I can't.
I now know what it is.
Hey.
By the way, Bazaar, Brinley is the one who gifted this to me.
Oh, wow. That's so crazy because we were just talking about that.
Yeah, no, we were just talking about I got this gift for Christmas. And that's the person. That's the guy. That's the dude.
Nice kind of meeting you. Oh, my God. Now, my dogs didn't want to come in and now they want to come in. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry. We'll keep going. Name is Catalysm. Catalysm? It's a cool nerd joke. I'm just bad at reading. It's funny for me being in manga. So yeah, personally, let's see, yeah. Brinley said something else. Yeah, I'm surprised I was able to find something she didn't have. Yeah, no, I was surprised you found something I didn't have. Because you said you wanted to gift me a manga. And my friends who I've been friends with for almost 20 years still will have to go shopping with me, pick books, and tell me I'm not allowed to buy those books. That's how they shop for me now. There is 3 books I can't buy for my birthday because it's already written off. Of course, Hawk can find some, but they cheat.
Yeah, my boyfriend's the same way. He tries to get me stuff, and then I'm like, he's like, "You already have this, don't you?" And I'm like, "Yes."
It's tricky. It's a tricky thing and Brinley goes shopping with me a lot of times. We go and get the books together sometimes, so they do see how many I get.
He got wait, hold on.
Oh, you're holding Jujutsu Kaisen.
He got me this one for Christmas, right? And I was like, sweet, I don't have it. Then he got me this one for my birthday, but he didn't even know that he got me the same. So that's how he doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? So you know how confusing that would be? And I'm like, you do know that you got me volume 1 of the same series, and he's like, oh, I didn't know. So, but I kind of gave him a hint. I'm like, so for next Christmas, you can get me volume 2.
I look at with my significant other. They can just look at my manga and know, and they also know what I'm into. But honestly, how my significant other shops for me is I go, I want it, and they go and hand me a credit card. That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
They sometimes surprise me with gifts. They're like little things. Well, I say little. Like the last thing they surprised me with is they bought me a Switch Lite with the new Pokemon game, and they got the Switch in my favorite color.
Yeah. He.
And they did that so we could play Pokemon together.
Aw.
Yeah, romantic as
He. Yeah. He like spoiled me for Christmas. He gave me a $350 gift card to Barnes and Noble.
dang.
He got me this shirt, which I know you love. I can't even get into it.
Oh yeah, no. I love the Yu Hakusho.
Okay, there we go. Sorry.
That back there. That's all Yu Hakusho on that wall. All that Yu.
Yeah. Which I still need to get the. I actually took the manga out of the pile of shame box and put it on my Gap shelf so I could finish it because I only have 1 through 8. So I'm gonna get the rest because they reprinted it.
Jujutsu Kaisen. I love watching Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't like reading it.
See, I really want
Because
to.
I prefer to watch the action.
Yeah, I really want to get into it, but I think I'm going to read it on the Shonen Jump app first and see how I like it.
I think that's a good idea. It's a good read. I just knew Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man read like the first manga or so, and then I was like, this is going to get animated. I'm stopping now. Because when I see an action, it's obviously going to get animated. I know I'm going to enjoy watching it more. So I just do that. No Gojo loves me. Neko is all like, that's their boo, and I gotta appreciate that. Look, if you don't look at Gojo's ocean eyes and immediately fall in love, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You got those ocean eyes.
What haven't you played yet?
Oh, Brinley. Okay, first off, they're calling me out on the new Pokemon game. I'm a real bad gamer. I'm real bad. But no, the significant other bought me a Pokemon game years back when the like Switch Lite was like new-ish.
Yeah.
So that I have played the Pokemon game where you're talking about. I haven't played the new Pokemon game. It was Pokemon Shield, and they have Sword because we always get 2 different games. No, Coach Hill loves me. It still cracks me up. Let's see. I gave Alyssa what I want for manga, picking it up themselves. You know, I would be curious. I would be curious of how they would pick manga out if I ever gave my significant other like my credit card and go, okay, pick me 3 manga. Would they go with volumes I'm missing, or would they pick mangas they think I like, or the disaster third, which I'm pretty confident they would do? They would pick the most outrageous looking manga to throw me off.
Yeah.
So my question is like, would they just go the easy route of finding missing volumes? Would they actually try to surprise me with manga I like, or would they just give me disaster manga to like pick a fight with me?
Yeah.
Because they're like that.
Yeah.
I'm bad about Pokemon games. I'm bad about video games, period. The top 3 video games I play is Tetris, Crash Bandicoot, and Pikmin.
Yeah, that's why he just gives me a gift card now.
You see, Neko knows. Neko knows. That is correct. The third option would be it.
Huh.
I might never play. I'm too picky. I have weird taste. It's okay to be picky with your reads.
I wish I was more
Makes
picky.
it cheaper.
Yeah, I wish I was more picky, but I like everything, unfortunately.
I will read a lot of things. I won't keep a lot of things. The first 20. Really?
So, do you want to ask the next question?
I'll go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Remember you asking questions?
I am asking, but there are new dogs. Hi, Bizarre. Hey, hi, Bizarre.
Oh, hey, Dylan, how are you? We
That's
just
great.
went over everything we read, and we did a 24-hour readathon, and we just talked about all the books that we read. So, and we rated them, and now she's asking like questions, like what's our favorite, stuff like that.
Yeah, no, and then I got really into talking about shenanigans. Let's see. We did surprise least. Okay, so the next one would be like, out of all the books you have read, out of all of the readathon, which one would you read again, like right now?
Oh, Lord, I already a lot of them.
Yeah, no, I made it difficult.
Lord, okay, I don't think I know this not. I wouldn't reread this right now because this one's still sitting with me. Beyond Metamorphosis, I probably would not read right now again, even though I loved it.
I'm gonna give you a chance. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
You ready? Actually, for me, the one you said you wanted, it would be mine.
So this one's the one that surprised me the most, and also I would reread it right now.
I can understand why you would reread that. For me, the reason I would reread it again so quick is just because I really liked the story so much. I want to go through those emotions again.
Yeah.
I would easily want to ride that roller coaster again of the whole story.
Yeah, I think it was too emotional for me, so I want to let it marinate a little bit longer before But I definitely will.
I can understand that.
I definitely want to reread it again. Like I gave it 5 stars. So, but
Let's see, next one. So the reread again.
Dylan, I think you're gonna love it.
I have to say, I love your profile pic so much, Dylan. It is 10 out of 10 adorable. I love it.
Yeah, one of our friends didn't Val make that for you? It looks like Val's artwork.
It is. I love it. It's. I would definitely say, Dylan, this was a very good read. Very well done. Story development was decent. I was real happy with it. That's why it would be my reread. Definitely better than one manga we talked about in here.
Yeah. Which I love how we both agreed 100% on.
100%.
It was just like exactly the same.
Let's see. Next question would be. So this was a kind of a trick question. It's a tricky question. If you had to suggest, it's a two-part question in a way. The first part is, what's a manga you would recommend to a friend that is into reading manga?
Who is into reading manga?
Yeah, like they read manga, they're interested in what you read, and they go, "Hey, what would you recommend from the readathon?"
And it has to be from the readathon.
It has to be.
Okay.
See, mine is so tricky. But I think honestly I would do the same. Because it's a simple sweet slice of life, and it does have the otaku culture to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something easy to get into, but you also understand the little things in it.
Yeah, definitely the reason why I picked it.
Now the next one's the part two of this is, you have someone who's never read manga before and has asked what manga to start with from the readathon. What would you suggest? You would also do Biometamorphosis?
The funny thing is I had a feeling you're going to say that, and yeah, I definitely would, because you wouldn't suggest this. You wouldn't suggest this. I think people would be confused if they never, like, they would be confused with this one. I definitely wouldn't consider Puppy Love the first manga, Definitely wouldn't do this. I don't know,
I honestly, would be stuck between two.
Okay.
Depending on the person.
Yeah.
Because if I was talking to one of my coworkers who I know what they're into and they're not into the cutesy stuff, I actually would go with The Gay That Turned Kaiju, because it's a lot of what happens is I have a lot of people who believe manga and anime is for children. And this is like that good one to go, oh, it has very like real life situations and storyline, even though it's kind of sci-fi. It'll be a good one to like get their attention.
Yeah.
But if I'm going for something where I just wanted to be short, sweet, and make them smile, I would go with a one-shot Puppy Love.
Yeah.
Because it's short, simple, sweet, and adorable, and they could get done with it in like one day, and they don't feel like they're trapped.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one, except I just feel like it wouldn't be the first BL that I would recommend. Is the reason why.
Wouldn't be the first BL I would recommend, but out of the list here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Definitely.
First BL, oh god, that would be a hard one. That's a question for our other channel. Save that question for our other channel because I need to marinate on that question.
Yeah, that's actually would be a good topic for our other show thing.
That would be a great topic.
Yeah, let's.
Random advertisement. Come join us on our show. We haven't named it yet or picked a time, but it's going to be gayer than this.
Yeah.
I'm free advertisement, by the way. That's why it's so bad.
Ooh, okay. Do you have any other questions?
I'm trying to think of some other ones, but honestly, those were the big ones. The only other question was, what was your favorite of all the books?
What was my favorite out of all the books?
Yeah, which I have a tie.
I think I had a tie between three of them. Like I had 35 stars.
I have a tie between two, and it's pretty obvious which two. Those are my obvious two.
Yeah,
Of course, this is counting the whole collection, y'all, that we read. Yeah. I just don't want to hold 5 books.
I'm going to hold my 5 books. Okay.
You're going to hold your 5 books.
So, between this one.
I knew you were going to pick that up. I knew it.
This one. And then this one. I just love them all so much. Like, I can't choose. They're all my babies. I
had a great time reading a bunch of these. I had a great time.
Yeah. So, I guess I'm trying to maybe think of another question, but your questions are fun.
Thank you. I try. Sometimes I just think of them off the top of my head, and I feel like that's kind of obvious.
No.
I go out into a distance. Twilight Zone music starts playing. It gets real interesting. The only time I have recommended something for a friend who wasn't into manga or manhwa to read was Killing. Oh, Kitty. Kitty has a dark side. Kitty.
Yeah, I would not recommend Killing Stalking.
I don't know if you were like trying to tell them anime's not for kids, or you just didn't like them at the time, or like, dang, man. Yeah, no, really, that is some drama. Neko said, have you guys read or watched another? Yes. So I haven't read the manga Another, but I read the light novel. I don't think it's really a light novel. It's a thick book, actually. But I read Another, and I watched the anime. I watched the anime first, and then I read Another. After I found out they did an English translation of the book, I was so excited. Because when they first released Another, there wasn't a lot of light novels that were coming in Barnes & Noble at the time. And so when my friend mentioned, oh, they made the book, I was like, I need it. Immediately took it home, read it. I had such a good time reading it. It's such a good little horror book. You have 2 of the novels? There's a second novel?
Yeah, it like came out this year at the end of last year.
Oh my god. Another is one of my favorites. Umbrella staircase scene. I'm still nervous walking with an umbrella. on stairs. There are 3 novels, actually, Dylan says. Oh my goodness. No, another is one of my favorite. I don't know if I would say in top 5, but top 10 favorite horror animes. Just the way the story was told makes me happy.
I really need to get into it.
It's a good read. It's a good read. Kitty, he was my best friend since we were 8. He's gone used to putting. Okay, yeah, no, that was a friendship. That's why you threw Killing Stalk at them. That was friendship. You were just going for the fight. I love it. We left her the posters thanks to another. When you have a scene that permanently changes the way you do things in your life, that's how you know that scene got you. Dylan says they rewatch that series every Halloween. I do that one as well, along with an anime called Shiki. I rewatch Shiki around October month. I try to rewatch. My goal is to only watch horror or Halloween themed animes or TV shows throughout all of October. So Shiki, another are big ones I rewatch. There's new animes that I watched this year that also came out. I really did like Shiki. Shiki is a fun one. My biggest problem with Shiki is I always have to tell people just get through the first episode. It's a slow episode, but once you get to the last 5 minutes of it, the story does pick up, and the story is so well done. I actually don't have a lot of box sets, and I have Shiki as one of my anime box sets in my house. Ghost Hunt is another favorite. I don't know if I've seen Ghost Hunt. Is it older? If it's older, I might have seen it. Ghost Hunt sounds familiar, but it's not clicking in my head. Brantley, so we have mod. We have to watch that. Which one, Shiki or another? We'll just watch both. Both is good. Don't worry, Brantley. I got plenty of shows I can show you during the month of October. I have no problem. Heck, we could start it early. I don't care. My go-tos. I'm sorry, I keep adjusting in this chair. I don't hold still very well, y'all, obviously. My favorite usually go-tos are the slice of life and the horror animes. So a weird combination. I like things to be either chill or horrible. Those are my choices.
One or the other.
One or the other.
Or both.
Yeah. Went into some talking about Shiki. Have you read or watched Shiki? It's hard to get the novel of Shiki, though.
I never heard of it at all.
It's a good vampire. It's a good vampire anime. Slow first episode. That's why I was telling them my one pet peeve is anytime I show it to people, I'm always like, just bear through the first episode. I do agree with that. Junji Ito's mangas are pretty good too. I got a few I just bought. I got a bunch actually. We did a Barnes and Noble event where they have 50% off hardcovers. And I got a lot of the Junji Ito books.
Next year, that's what I'm going to do.
So far, I like all his books. I need to read more of them.
Yeah.
But there's only one manga I don't like made by him so far. And I actually gave it to Bazaar, I think. Bazaar.
Oh, yeah, that's the only one I read. Yeah.
I think it's a Dissolving Classroom.
Yeah, and I loved it.
It wasn't something I imagined I would go back to. The one I really want to read is called No Longer Human.
That's the one I want to read the most.
I want to read the novel first.
Yeah, I want to read the novel, and I want to read every single app, the other one too. The one that's not by Junji Ito.
Kitty said they're going. Thank you so much for stopping by, Kitty. Oh, wait. Kitty, are you still here? Did Kitty leave? If Kitty didn't leave yet, I set this out to show you. Yokai Cats. If you haven't read this yet, read it. It's great. I love it so much. It's adorable. It's one of my only favorite cat manga. Okay, if you're still here, cool. If not, sorry, you missed it. Rewatch.
You can message her on Instagram.
Message me on Instagram on Chibi Keebs. Fancy words. ... I don't know. Shiver is probably my favorite. I haven't read that one yet. Actually, that's one of the hard copies I got. So you like to solve in classroom. It's not for everyone. I don't know. It felt kind of lackluster for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ghost Hunt came out in 2006. Yeah, no, I probably watched it, but that was back when I probably watched a ton of anime. I don't remember it. There's a good chance I watched it, especially if Funimation did it back in the day, because I watched a lot of anime that was coming out from Funimation. Because 2006, I would have been around the 15, 16 years old age time frame. Would have been in my 5th year of collecting anime. Yep, it was Funimation. I probably watched it and don't remember it. I'll go back and check it out. Hawk once again mentioning Sweet Home. Hawk is correct though, y'all. If you haven't read Sweet Home, go to Webtoons, read it. Sweet Home. Today. Right now. Bizarre, what are you doing?
Texting.
I went to go check my phone in case you were texting me.
But yeah.
I watched the Netflix show. It was really good. The Netflix show is good, but the comic's better. It's way better.
Yeah, completely off topic, but I guess it is on topic. But
we're completely off
the
radar.
I can't get my Funimation subscription to work.
So
it's they canceled it on me, and then I'm trying to apply for it, but redo my membership or whatever, and it's not letting me. It's annoying, and I'm right in the middle of some shows that I want to watch. Pissing me off.
I bet. I don't have Funimation, but I have Crunchyroll and High Dive and Netflix and probably some other subscriptions. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, I have too many to count. It's awful.
I do know that we have finished the readathon books. We discussed our likes and dislikes. We have discussed books that some of us are going to read home.
Yeah.
And actually, Brent Lee here is the one who's going to get the Teen Titan books, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Brent Lee, fun fact. Bizarre cannot believe I'm rehoming these books. He is absolutely disappointed in me. I rated it very high, and then I said, yeah, no, it's a borrow. And he just looked at me like, are you serious? I'm like, I already found a home. It's going to Brent Lee. Yeah. But she's going to like these.
Hopefully you liked it enough to buy the next book in the series, and that way you can
I'll probably buy the next book and give it to Brent Lee.
There you go.
That's kind of what we do. Let's see. I started in Mong. Webtoon was still okay. So, Neko left. Bye, Neko.
Bye. Thanks for coming.
I do know. We finished our readathon books. We discussed the ones we liked, disliked, all that shebang. I think a good thing we can discuss right now is do we have any books that we're looking into reading in the next few days that maybe we won't do a video on? Probably not, but we just want to share anyway.
Yep.
Because I brought a couple books I want to share that I'm going to read.
Yeah, you can go first.
I brought more than what I said. I said I was going to bring 3. I lied.
I only brought 2 because you said 2.
No, I said 3.
Oh, did you? My bad. I
lied, but then you misread. So we're both in the wrong. I'm just, the one is the one you already read, but we already knew that. So I'm not going to go into details about that one. I am going to go into details of at least two I'm really interested in. And then the other two, if people want me to share, I'll share. But the two I'm really interested in reading is, these are the ones. Is first off, it's a slice of life. I'm not sure which direction it's going to go. I saw this be promoted from another TikToker, and it's she loves to cook and she loves to eat.
That one looks really cute.
It looks really cute.
Let me know if I like it because you know my taste.
Yeah, no. So it looks like, from my understanding, it's a slice of life where one girl is cook. They both live on their own, and they just happen to do a little like meetup, and she makes food and the other one eats it and they talk to each other about it. I've heard good things about it. I don't know if it's just friends or if it will become more than friends. It's got a slice of life vibe that I think would be my cup of tea. So as I mentioned, there's two sides of me. There's the slice of life. So the next one I'm going to show you is the other side, which we said was horror. I have PTSD Radio.
Ooh, that one looks so interesting.
I like she loves to cook. She loves to eat. Okay. Dylan, thank you, Dylan. I trust them already. You read Monotone Blue before I even read it. Fun fact, Monotone Blue is actually her copy I've read.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no. So they haven't even read it yet, and I read it before them. But PTSD Radio, I'm real curious about this. I'm going to be real with y'all. I know nothing. I know very little about this. I know it's supposed to be very creepy and creative horror series, and it's by a creator who made a cult horror hit film, which I can't say the name, but the English name of it is Seeds of Anxiety. And when you look at the pictures of the manga of Seeds of Anxiety, you can see why it's called that. The artwork is very disturbing. It didn't show, I want to say it's gory. It's just, you know how in Attack on Titan, the Titans are very disturbing because of how they're drawn. And the way Junji Ito makes it very disturbing how he draws his artwork. Same way with PTSD Radio's first creation, the creator's first creation, Seeds of Anxiety. So I'm interested on this. I heard kind of good things about it. But this is a horror read I know very little about. So I'm going in pretty blind. So those are the two I'm very interested in reading. A little bit of the awkward two different sides.
Yeah.
Me. Dylan, I will let you know what I think of PTSD Radio. If you want to check out my Instagram, I'll post it. It's either going to be me going yay or going, what the heck did I just read? So bizarre. What are your two? Are they ones I know?
I don't know. So Dylan, you actually got me into this creator. It's like an indie creator, and this is a book. Have you ever heard of the Case Files of Julia Richard? Manga?
Yes.
It's a light novel.
I haven't seen it yet, but no, I haven't read or watched it, but I have heard of it. I've seen it around a lot.
Well, this is a creator actually made them get together. And this is actually like their love story. I haven't read it yet, so I obviously don't know that much, but
it looks really cute. I like the cover. I like the cover.
Yeah, she actually does some other like she does like a supernatural like detective and she she publishes her own work, I guess. Like I guess she does anything company, but I'll definitely send you her. But like her stuff sometimes does go out of print just because she doesn't, she's just an indie, person.
Yeah, no, that's the downside of get some manga is it could be good, but because it's not as high, it's not as mainstream.
Yeah,
You sometimes it's just when you can get it, you get it.
exactly. So I had to jump on it. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and then I definitely want to read another Tokyo Pop one shot because I really need to read all my one shot Tokyo Pops. So
That one I'm interested. Is that like a new one or
this one,
because
it's newer, but it's not like their newest wave.
it's not the newest wave?
But
Okay.
it's like one before that. So yeah.
Okay. Because I haven't seen that title before.
Yes, this is the creator's name of the Julia Richard one that I want to read, and then it's called yeah, that D word I can never pronounce.
They said it's cute.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm excited. I actually forgot that I had this in my collection because it kind of got mixed in with a whole bunch of them, and I actually thought I already read this one, but it was that dessert other one that's really colorful like this. And then I saw someone posting about this, and I was like, wait a minute, I haven't read that one yet. So I had to go see if I had it, and I did. That's how bad my collection is. I don't even know. I don't even know if I read something, so I'd like go look. I'll let you talk about your other books, but like really crazy. So my anime's gotten out of control. My anime collection. So
Oh, yeah?
I really so I saw a preview for the Tokyo Ghoul live action, and I was like, oh my god, I have to buy that. That looks so good. I'm gonna go buy it and watch it right away. And then turns to find out I've had it for over a year. I haven't even watched it yet. It's already in my collection.
Oh,
It was
bless
like
you.
really, but I was like that excited to watch it, and I still haven't watched it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I already have that.
Hi, Diamond. I haven't had too many accidents with my biggest issue I have is buying duplicate manga, but I've been really good ever since I updated. I need to re-update it, obviously,
Yeah.
but I've been updating my manga list I take with me on my phone now. So duplicates are less of a problem now. The two other manga I'm going to share. There's no more horror manga. There is. I just didn't bring them into this room right now.
Yeah.
The anime room's way down the other side of the house. So let me adjust myself again. I don't do well sitting in chairs, apparently. So this one, silly, kind of slice of lifey one, the Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting.
Yeah.
As Bizarra already knows, and if you already know anything involving the Yakuza or something like the Mafia, I'm already interested in it.
Are you kind of read Twittering Birds Never Fly?
What's that?
Twittering Birds Never Fly.
I don't know.
Oh lord, it's like a hardcore yali.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Okay, I'll send it to you. The information.
But this looks adorable. It kind of gives me almost the vibes of The Way of the House Husband.
Yeah.
Which I really like. Way of the House Husband. It cracks me up. But I'm really excited to see this. The other one is a one-shot, actually. It's called Look Back. And it is by the creator of Chainsaw Man, actually. And it's not what you picture when you see Chainsaw Man. So we all know Chainsaw Man. It's a very actiony, gory, dark kind of story. And this one does not give off the same vibe. It literally says it's about a confident girl and another girl who's a shut-in. Couldn't be more different, but the love of drawing manga brings these two small town girls together. And it talks about growing up and moving forward. That's the story. It's a very simple one shot that it's by the creator of Chainsaw Man. And when I saw who created it, it kind of was like, what? But you know me, I like one shots. I'm real curious of how this is going to be. Dylan already says it was very good, so I got a positive vibe on that.
I really want to read that one.
I'm excited. I'm real excited. And I'll get through it pretty quick. And you know me, I love a one shot. I like good one shots. I like it when I can have a manga that's just like a one time deal, like slam bam done. Those are the four I brought in here. Well, technically five, but I wasn't going to show this one really. This fifth one is just. I told you I had such a fun time laughing at the first one. I stopped in the middle of the readathon to buy the second one to read it later.
I mean, I could have sworn you would have already read it. So
I wanted to make sure I read all the other ones first on our list for this thing, so I didn't get to it yet. But I plan on reading a bunch of manga this weekend once I. Also, the anime room. That's what's been keeping me busy. Is I'm almost done with the anime room. You saw the last few pictures of the monsters movement of all my books. I had to move a display case. I had to get my significant other to help me move another big display case because that one was filled with anime merch already in it, and it was already so heavy, and I needed to move it like a couple feet the other direction.
Yeah. I can't wait to see your room when it's all finished and done with.
I can't wait for it to be done and finished. I wish I could move like the exercise equipment and the turtle tanks out, but that's the thing about living in a small house. You kind of have to sacrifice things, but it's going to still fit really well in there. Along with that, I'm still trying to post TikTok videos. I got a bunch of videos I have filmed and edit of all my merch I bought and unboxed. I'm thinking of doing a TikTok live in the nearest future. We'll see if I'm brave enough to do it. This is my third live ever. That does not involve work.
Yeah.
And it's all been with you.
Like I said, we're gonna do one next month.
Next month. We haven't picked the day. We haven't picked the title, but it's going to be a great show, y'all. Please check
It's actually going to be episode 15. So.
What?
Yeah.
What? Foreshadowing.
Yeah. And also, you're going to be the newest host. Tournament host.
I am the newest host. I am the problem child of the group now.
It's kind of like The View. We already kicked a couple people off.
Oh God.
I'm just joking. We never kicked anyone off. They decided they were too busy, so they left. Understandable. But they're more than welcome to come back anytime.
My goal is if we do I hope we can do this where we have an actual scheduled time and day.
Yeah.
So people know ahead of time to make it easier for them because
I definitely want to plan it and at least give a week's notice and like update it like 2 different times.
Yeah.
Like in that week. Kind of like maybe like at the start of the week, in the middle of the week, and then the day of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just we're trying to be better about matching with each other. This is our first lives together, and we both are very busy people with our own things.
Well, I mean, like I was about to say, like I don't even know if I'm gonna have time to read these 2 volumes because I already work a full-time job that I'm getting overtime at, and then I'm working 2 other jobs, but I also picked up 3 shifts next week on top of all that. So
I work 2 jobs, and those are my complaints. I have 2 jobs. I also have animals, but you have animals, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know like how I'm gonna do it because like one of the jobs is the same time as the other job, so I don't know how I'm gonna pull that off. But I'm gonna be changing like in the bathroom at work. And just being like, sorry, I'm late. I really left my other job. So
that's a good thing with my jobs right now is I can kind of balance the schedule, especially with one of my jobs I have is I get to have very flexible schedule. And the other job I have wonderful co-workers and employees who are very adaptable to the schedule. That allows me a lot of flexibility.
Yeah.
So they help me a lot. In fact, I just traded a shift today actually, with one of my coworkers because I wanted a break, honestly, from work, and they helped me a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the only way that I'm surviving is like my main job, though. Like if I'm a minute late, I get points taken off. So like it's like I have to.
That's my warehouse job.
Yeah, like I have to be on time for that one, and then my other two jobs is kind of like flexible. Like I'm supposed to be there at a certain time, but like if I'm not, then I can be like, hey, I'm, and then more just, yeah.
I won't say the name where I work, but it starts with the A, and you probably got a package getting shipped by them already. So that narrows it down. That warehouse is the one that kills me. I felt that job every day.
Yeah.
Brinley's one of my coworkers too.
Oh, it's 11:11. Make a wish.
Make a wish. Oh, it's 11:11 for you. For me.
Oh, it's not.
Yep. Y'all, we almost did not have this live workout because I forgot. Zara said, hey, we're going to do this at 8:30. And I said, okay, cool. And then I thought of taking a nap until 8. And then I went, wait a minute. My 8 or your 8?
My bad.
It's something that we forget because we're in the same state, y'all.
Yeah, like we're really not that far away.
No. Well,
like,
we're far enough. I won't travel to see you.
Yeah, we're like 3 hours away.
3 hours.
Yeah, give or take 3 hours. So like, yeah, I'm definitely going to be planning a trip up there for sure.
I know I will be coming.
I don't know if you want to go with me or not, but do you want to go to play with me? It's, what
I haven't been to play in like.
It's $20 cover charge. That's ridiculous.
I haven't been to play in like over a decade.
Yeah, like
I like going to play. The last time I went to play actually was for my cousin's bachelorette party, which ended horribly.
They normally do.
It was fine except for one person. One person was being very inappropriate, and unfortunately, man, that was a hard night for us. It was very embarrassing for me. And then they're like, is she with you? And I tried really hard to go, I think not tonight. I think I don't know this lady.
You like, that's so funny.
I might be down to go to club play.
Yeah, it's like $20. So like, of course, I'm gonna be drinking before.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably get one drink inside. But that's kind of what I do. But like, and then also back when I went, I was like skinny. So like, I would always like, keep in mind I was super skinny. I would like take my shirt off, and I would always be up on that stage. And every single time I went, I was like, I'm not going to strip this time. And I always ended up stripping.
Oh my God, you are insane. I don't do anything like that. I'm the wallflower. I just enjoy the room.
I was literally up on stage, like breaking it down. At least I think I was. But like, so completely side thing. So this was a Pride one year. So my partner and my best friend were literally like booty dancing, like breaking it down on the floor because she's an ex-stripper and my boyfriend's like this little twink, So anyway, so they were like breaking down the floor and we were recording it all. And I knew that I wasn't breaking it down on the floor, but I thought that I was actually like, somewhat dancing with them, somewhat kind of keeping up, just like, but I knew I wasn't like as good as them. And I knew I wasn't breaking it down. So we watched the video and I'm kidding you not, I was just doing this. And that, I guess that's just how drunk I was. I literally thought I was like dancing like good. And I was literally just doing this with my hands. And I might have like banged my head. This is what I was doing. And I thought I was like dancing with them, like breaking it down.
Oh, bless it. Bizarre, you wild.
Well, apparently I'm not that wild if I'm just literally.
Well, you got jazz hands.
I was literally just in the corner drunk, just like this. And I was wearing a dress with like a wig. So I was just like.
You make me think of one of those pageant moms in the back, like showing their kid the style, like, now do this, honey.
That's pretty much how it was. And they're
smile for the judges.
And literally they are like booty popping, like twerking, like on the ground, like shaking, like they're just going to town, both of them together.
I know.
And I'm over there just with the wig, just in a dress.
I'm not.
I was in high heels, like just doing this.
I do dumb dances, and it's because I do it because I think they're funny. I don't really dance. I don't. I would go to I would go to play for the shows. I'm a show watcher.
Well, we wait. Play might be closed down after the stupid law.
Oh yeah, no. That's a very realistic stress thing. And then there's like so many things on top of it as well. It's apparently you have to get like a license to strip now because technically they count as strippers now.
Yeah.
But if you get that license, the same location can't have alcohol.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, no, it's a whole big deal. Like they went, one of the drag queens on TikTok went through and explained exactly the cut down of what the law is going to be, and it's very upsetting what's happening in Tennessee. It's very upsetting, and
Actually, really a lot of other places too.
Oh, a lot of our places, but I guess it's upsetting because we're in Tennessee. This is our state.
I think it's
we're
like
watching all this happen. And
isn't it like a South thing though? Like, 'cause I know it's happening in Kentucky too.
It's mostly started in Tennessee, I think, but it's slowly spreading to other parts now.
Yeah.
But it hit. I know the incident at our Pride was a big hit, and it's upsetting because I never been to a Pride before, so I might never go to a Pride.
Oh, really?
I might never get a chance. I never been to a Pride.
If they have it this year, you either need to come down here or I need to go up there or both.
I've always planned to, and always fell through. Whether it was work reasons, schedule problems.
Yeah, kind of like you were 5 minutes away from me, and we didn't get to meet last time.
Oh yeah, no, that time wasn't Pride. I went to Fanboy Expo in your town, and
you stopped at a store that was 5 minutes from my house.
I don't know which store it was.
McKay's.
Oh yeah, no, McKay's. I'm sitting here like, we got McDonald's and McKay's. I'm pretty sure it's not the McDonald's.
I'm pretty sure there was a lot of McDonald's close to my house, so maybe.
We could look, if it's a McDonald's near McKay's, then we hit that one. But no, yeah, no, we just didn't have the right time frame. When I would be when I would be done with the convention, you would be going to work.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I was like leaving to work when you were done. Yeah.
Yeah, and the only day that we could have done it was we had 2 hour time frame, and then we found out we had to stay at the con an extra hour, and there was just no way.
Yeah.
But this time we'll be more prepared, kind of.
Maybe.
I'm now getting a tattoo done in your town because my cousin lives there actually.
Wait, who does?
My cousin lives in your city.
Okay, well, when you get, does your cousin do piercings?
A tattoo artist there.
Does your cousin do piercings too?
Her store does piercings.
Okay, because I
don't know if she does piercings.
Okay, I need to get. Well, I need piercings, but I also need to get custom jewelry made. So.
I could hit them up and ask. They definitely trust their piercer because I told them why I'm getting a tattoo done. I might get some more more on my ear.
Yeah.
Although I think I just found out some sad news is I can't get an industrial. So.
Why not?
Some people don't have enough curve for you to get a proper industrial.
You know I have one.
I don't look at your ears, honestly.
I'm not wearing it right now.
Oh.
But.
Well, does your ear have the curve? I assume it does since you got the industrial.
Yeah, no. I actually need the top part re-pierced because like it hurts so bad. I have to jam it back in.
So people say there's a risk when it comes here. If you don't have enough curve, it won't look right. So I'm hoping I can get it, but
yeah. I have some ideas that I want that look a lot like some anime characters piercings that I want to make. So
I want to get more yokai tattoos. I haven't discussed with my cousin what we're doing yet. Might be a yokai, might be a Mothra tattoo.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm going to give them a little bit of, I'll give them quite a bit of freedom, actually. Well, we just haven't planned it yet. We planned a day and we're planning a time, and that's as far as we got.
Yeah.
So we're thinking of getting it done, I think, Saturday night.
Sure.
When I get done at the con. So that way I'm not suffering at the con the whole time with a fresh tattoo.
Yeah, definitely. That would not be good. But
Well, we discussed our manga. We survived our readathon. We did read at least all but one of our titles.
yeah,
I say it's a job well done.
I think we did really well. So yeah,
Uh,
we're definitely gonna plan a little bit better next time.
Definitely. Please.
And let's advertise better that way other people can join.
I advertised.
Well, like I want to make like a flyer thing.
Aw, I wish you a beautiful night. Thank you so much. That was really sweet. Thank you. If you want to check out my stuff, I don't have a YouTube like Bazaar does. There's been talk about me setting up a YouTube. We'll see if I'll do it.
You need
But
to.
if you want to check out my TikToks or my Instagram, I'm Chibi Keeps, just like the name appears. Chibi Keeps. It's pretty easy to find me. The best way to find me is if you type in Ghost Story Gum on TikTok. I pop up immediately. It sounds weird, but trust me. Trust me.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll make a YouTube. Maybe I'll actually do YouTube videos.
You should make a organization when you put all your anime room together.
I didn't. Look, man.
Maybe not. Just joking. Okay.
Look, you're good at the organizing. I'm good at the panicking as I try to organize.
That's funny.
Oh, Burnley's got a question for you.
So,
Are you trying to remember your Alice in the Country books?
wait, mine? What are we
Yes.
doing?
They're saying, so they talked to me about theirs, and you're.
Okay. Yeah, I
have them.
I have every single one of them except for the original. Like, so they made like original 6 in Tokyo Pop, and then they redid them in omnibuses from Yen Press, and like 3 different omnibuses. And I don't have those, unfortunately, but I have all the other like spin-offs and light novel and art books. So, hey, Juno. But yeah, I have. Do you have an Instagram or anything? I can send you a picture. Do you have them all?
Yeah, they got an Instagram. I don't know if they're following you or not. They probably are.
I can send you a picture. I have it displayed. It's down, bottom, down there. Wait, other way. Yeah, down there.
Down there.
But yeah, I just love all the like. So do you know anything about it?
Do I know about that series?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I don't collect it, though.
I think it's cool how like it's like the main story, and then you get to pick which guy Alice ends up with.
I do like that a lot. It's almost like a visual novel
Mhm.
made into novels.
Yeah, it's so cool. And of course, I have my favorite. And what's weird is I don't remember because I read them all online when I was little, like 12, before I knew what pirating was. But I was in middle school and I didn't have a job, so you know.
I never read them. It's not my thing.
Yeah, I need to get the original one's kind of hard to find, but I'll eventually get it. Right now, I'm collecting Master Keaton is like my main priority. So it's pretty much I collect one older series at a time until I finish it, and then I get new releases of BL. That's kind of my buying plan. So once I finish Master Keaton, I might look into that.
I imagine I'm just going to stick with buying new manga. I'm going to get probably volume 2 of Geek Hitman, a couple of the Whisper Me a Love songs. I'm going to rehome some books, but I'm definitely wanting to do another big manga shop. Might be doing that March 4th because I'm going to go see the Demon Slayer 3 episode releases.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no. So I get to watch the big final fight in season 2. And then the first episode of season 3 is going to play in the theaters.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about it, especially since I didn't get to see Mugen Train in theaters.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited to see that. So I think I'm going to have like a big day of just doing all anime things, going manga shopping, and just having a good time. Maybe
Well,
I'll do some videos of it.
That's what I'm saying. You could start your channel then. That'd be awesome.
Well, maybe I will. Maybe that's how it starts. Well, I think that's all we got for now. Bazaar and I will get back to y'all with our new show. Not show, old show, new show.
It's going to be a revamp.
A revamp show. Come, it will be gay and fun.
Yes.
You can take the gay either direction.
Happy and just gay.
Happy and gay.
Happy and gay.
And non-binary in some cases.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be asexual. You don't know. Come and find out.
Everything. Everything under the rainbow.
Yeah, we'll definitely figure it out, and we'll try to have like maybe schedule.
Yeah, I want to make like a flyer for it, or whatever they're called. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? Like an
You
advertisement.
showed me what you're talking about, and so I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to describe it.
Okay.
Flyer.
Like an advertisement, like an
Well,
announcement thing.
We're gonna make a cool sign to say, "Hey, come check us out."
Yeah, exactly.
By we, I mean probably them. They probably will do it.
Well, actually, Sky can probably design it because she draws them all.
Awesome.
So she's.
I am not very creative.
Yeah, I'll show you her other ones, but she needs to draw you as a chibi because she draw. Yeah,
I would love me as a chibi.
I'm excited because I definitely want to do one next month, and then we're gonna do one for June, of course, for Pride Month.
That'll be nice. That'll be dope. Yeah, no, we'll definitely discuss that back.
And if we can actually get on a routine, we may go monthly, but that is no promises yet.
No promises yet. We will hope for that.
We will 100% bi-monthly.
And have a proper schedule. Try to
Yeah,
make it bi-monthly.
Bi-monthly, and then if bi-monthly works out, we're going to do monthly. But weekly, like I used to, no. And I never did weekly again. That was too much.
Unless y'all are paying my bills, I can't do nothing weekly.
Dude, so I worked 6 days a week, and the only day that I had off was Sunday. And for some odd reason, I wanted to, let's see, is there a difference between, not really, they're both really funny. It kind of,
Have you read the manga? I know you watched the anime.
yeah, I read part of the manga. It follows the same plot.
I have not watched the anime, and I have the manga. I haven't read the manga yet.
Oh, wait, do you want to read? Maybe that can be our next read. Do you want to read that for the next time we do it?
You mean for our revamp show, or for like our next like readathon?
Readathon.
Oh God, when's our next readathon?
Well, now I want to. I don't know.
Oh God, St. Patrick's Day readathon. Rewind drink. Oh, we'll never make it.
Have you watched the anime or read the manga?
No, I have the manga. I told you I bought it for like $3 each at Books A Million because apparently they were trying to get rid of them, and I was like, "This looks like my jam."
Was it up on Crunchyroll? Right? Is that where I watched it at? Crunchyroll?
I would assume so.
I forgot where I watched it
I'm
at.
sorry for the crunching y'all are hearing right now. I have a little mutt behind me. Poppy, do you want to come show your face? Come here, Pop Boy. Come here, Pop Boy. Come here. Come here. Yeah, let me fly over here. This is my loud one.
Oh, hey, babe.
He dropped his chew.
Cute.
This is the one smacking in the background.
Why are you smacking?
Because he's mad I'm not done yet. He's like, Mama, it's time to go to bed.
Mine are too. So I laid out like a blanket for Mariah, and instead of laying on the blanket, she laid on a piece of cardboard.
Oh, Pablo.
I'm just like, oh, okay.
All right, Pablo, bye. He's 2 now. He's a 2-year-old.
Crunchyroll. Yeah, I knew it wasn't up on Funimation, but
Oh no, no way it's on Funimation.
yeah, I think I watched it on Crunchyroll like a long time ago, but I think I watched it with ads. I think it wasn't. I think I didn't pay for the subscription. All right.
Let's see. Yeah, it's still on Crunchyroll. It looks like.
Okay. Yeah, we have to read that one together.
And I'll add it to my watch list. I'll read it first before a watch list because I try to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I read the first volume, and I think it followed the first couple episodes.
Well, I don't.
The episodes are super short. They're like 10 minutes each.
Well, we'll definitely need to make a schedule of when we're going to read again because I want to read it soon.
Okay.
But also
April?
Yeah, we could do April.
The beginning of April?
Beginning of April. That will give me enough time to get volume 2. I have volume 1, 3, and 4. And is there more than 4?
There's 5 volumes.
I get the 5th volume, so I could get the last 2 volumes. Boom.
Okay.
And then we could either just do that reading, or we can make more books and make the same mistake twice, but with 12 books this time.
Yeah, let's make a mistake. Well, we need to think about what we have. I can go over my shelves.
We go through the shelves another time.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, anyways, it was good talking to everyone.
It was great. Thank you for coming in, thank you for people who came in either for a few minutes or for the entire time. Thank you so much.
And if you watch this back, thank you.
Please come check me out on TikTok or Instagram. Check out our new revamped old fancy show where they get a new host and it's me. I'm the new person. I'm the troublemaker.
Yeah, all we know is that you're joining, and it's going to be Sky, you, and me, and we are going to talk. We're going to review LGBTQ manga.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see what things we can make for the show.
Yeah, I'll send you like some of the old episodes to kind of, but I want to like revamp it because like I said, so we did it every single Sunday because that she had it off and she had 2 jobs too at the time, and I had 2 jobs, and so we worked all the time. But like Sundays was like a one time to come together, and for some odd reason I thought like we had to do it every single Sunday. So like. Yeah, so like we didn't even have much time to prepare for it. So like I remember one time I was so tired during the show that I fell asleep like online.
Oh no.
Like she was talking, like you can watch it back, and I'm like asleep and she's talking. And I'm like, I was so embarrassed. And of course it was live, so I just left it up anyways. Because I'm like, you've already saw it, so whatever. But like that's how dedicated I was to doing it every Sunday. And then it just became not fun anymore. You know what I'm saying?
We're not going to do every Sunday, y'all. I can promise that.
Yeah. Never again am I going to do it every single week. That is just way too much, and it takes the fun out of it. But
right.
Definitely bi-monthly for now, and then maybe monthly.
So check us out for that new show. Check us out for our next readathon.
That we're going to actually do on a weekend so people can actually participate.
Oh yeah, no, we'll do it on a weekend.
Maybe on a Saturday.
We'll do a real 24 hours, maybe.
Yeah.
Where I don't sleep. I can't go without sleeping.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can sleep right before and then keep reading.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. But anyways,
we'll see what dedication each one of us does.
Well, thanks for joining. This was a really fun readathon, and it was really fun going over everything. And we had some wins.
And we definitely had wins. We had wins, and then we had one really weird story.
Questionable
at best.
Do you have any final thoughts?
Nope.
Bye.